Hello, Mechwarriors, and welcome to the Mechbay, where we fix your mech and fix your game. What's going on, Mechwarriors? I'm your host, Josh. I've got my co-host, Steve, with me today.
Hello.
And we are the Mechbay Podcast, your one source for all things casual to competitive tabletop Battletech. And today's episode is sponsored by Lexington Combat Group, formerly known as the Louisville Combat Group. But also, these patrons. We've got Grilled Sneeze.
Gross.
Commander Grilled Sneeze. He's grilling it and he's sneezing it.
That's gross.
We got Cadets Eric Mater and Doug Orr. Those my boys. Those my boys. You want a Grilled Sneeze sandwich there, Steve?
I would rather die, thanks.
Okay.
That's so gross. That's so gross. That visual just makes me gag.
On that note, I'm back, everyone, and I'm here to make it everyone else's problem.
It's true. He's not dead. He must have hidden a key. We tried.
They did try. Steve, do we want to talk about things that like Battletech I've played in the last month, 0.5?
Yeah, we should.
should.
We should probably talk about Brawl in the Bluegrass because it was a riot. I had a lot of fun.
Always
I want
is.
to cover it.
Mm-hmm.
But we just had some like major news drop right after we got back.
I was so mad. We were getting ready to record, and it's like, hey, big thing happening, and it's like, can we hold off on the major $1 million releases until after we've done our like checkbox or went to an event trophy thingy? No, you can't release box sets until I've done my post-tournament review.
I don't think CGL cares about our release schedule, Josh. It's okay. But no. So we thought that people would like to hear about the new hotness that was coming out. So we put this episode on pause. But we're back and we're going to tackle it.
Woo! But we're talking about Bluegrass, not the core book. That was last episode.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But we do have some Battletech news since then. We've got, not one. We got 2 books have come out since then.
2 books.
Oh my gosh, that's too many books, man. Do people really expect me to read these things?
I think they do.
The 2 new books. First up, we got Plague on Rosselhog, book 204. 204? Is Brian Young really pumping 4 of these out?
Yeah, I think he's trying to cover the entire like Dominion Ghost Bear Civil War, which truthfully in the lore I think is pretty sketch. I mean, I don't think we have a lot of details as to what kind of happens. I think that was in probably Ill Clan Eyes Only, and then they're filling in the blanks. So Brian is hopefully fleshing out what is happening and why it's happening. I have not gotten my hands on either book 1 or 2 of the Dominion Civil War because I've kind of taken a break from reading Battletech fiction. Life's been busy and I got sucked into a different book series. So I haven't been reading much Battletech, but I want to read these. I will get there soon. TM.
Mm-hmm. Steve, do you know why they call them Ghost Bears?
Because they're white and have like 4 arms.
Because they're all dead.
Oh, spooky.
They're not called the Ghost Falcons yet, so good on that.
Not yet.
But yeah, so for all of our Ghost Bear and Rosselhog fans, I know you're out there. This book's for you. I highly recommend it. Second book, this one's up my alley. Quite excited for this one, by Daniel Isberner. We've got some Lyrans hiring sneaky, stealthy Reaper mercs to do some like scouting and battle armor shenanigans in the, what's been happening in the Lyran Commonwealth / Hinterlands area. Some things. We're going to hire some reconnaissance there and some things happen. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm quite excited for this one.
Yeah, I started this and then stopped because work got really busy. But I do intend to get into this one. And from what I have been told so far, the best it could be described is very like Splinter Cell-esque, right? Like kind of shadow ops type stuff. So I think we're going to see a lot of focus on individual like battle armor infantry, people doing sneaky things. So this sounds pretty cool.
It does. I mean, I know you like that Spectre versus Butcher Bird right there on the cover.
Well, yeah, the Butcher Bird is doing awesome stuff with its pulse lasers, and that Spectre not looking so hot, but
that is not a PV balanced cover, sir.
Look, bird mechs do cool things. I'm happy with this.
All right. that's enough news for new books. You want to get in some hobby progress, Steve?
I painted something. I actually finished stuff. I did.
Go for it, Steve.
All right. So obviously, first, buying counts as hobby progress. And when we get into our main subject, we're going to talk about our trip to Ironman Metals, because I came home with several pounds of metal.
Pounds? Ugh.
Look, there were some things I needed and then some other stuff that was given to me. So I'll explain that a little later. But I did pick up the new Elysian Lancers pack from Barnes & Nobles that has all of our Ost mechs and the Scarabus, which is pretty cool. Very excited to get into that. I'm going to paint up those Ost mechs for my mercs. Speaking of painting mercs, I did finish a whole bunch of units. I painted a Catapult, a Battlemaster, 3D printed Contio that I had prior to them announcing the new Contio. So I had it anyway.
I feel like it's the most popular 3D print. I mean, it's okay, Steve. We're not going to judge you too badly.
Feel free. I mean, it was gifted to me. I had it. I did finish painting a Raven. And this is one that you may not have be overly familiar with, Josh. I painted a Verfolger.
Yeah, that's from the Curse technical readout.
It's a wonky looking mech.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun. I did also paint I say all of because I realized when I wrote this note, I forgot about the one with the mace. But I painted 3 of the 4 Fortress Games and Miniatures models. Ooh. So I painted the Percival, the Gwaine, and what's the one with the axe?
The big one or the little one? That's
the little one. With the little one with the axe is the Gerant?
Yes.
And then I don't know. I forget what he gave. I forget what the one he named with the mace, but I have that one sitting on my desk too. It just missed the airbrush, so I'll get that one done soon.
It was hiding.
My desk is a mess of plastic and paperwork. So
I have no idea what that's like. Looks over at the mountain. Yeah, not a mountain. It's more like a mesa. It's a mesa. It's
flat on top.
Flat on top. One.
But no, I felt good to get things painted. I actually hadn't finished stuff in a long time. I was in kind of a hobby slump. So it was kind of, I had fun, Josh. I had fun painting.
You can't paint for fun. That's in the rules.
I know. You have
Rule
to
1, you can't paint for fun.
You are forced to paint under duress in preparation for tournaments.
Paint through the pain.
I didn't do that, and I had fun with it, and that was kind of nice. So, yeah. You can find pictures of those on the Discord, or I suppose maybe I don't know, you may put them somewhere with this episode so people want to look at them, they can. But
probably in the Discord when we make the new channel for the episode. So how about that?
That's a good idea. Perfect. What about you? Did you get anything painted?
I did.
I'll rephrase before you open your mouth. Did you paint any BattleTech?
Oh, Steve, why you gotta hurt me like that?
What did you paint?
I did paint my elites for Halo Flashpoint, and I can't remember if I technically finished painting those, quote unquote, air quotes, last time I was on, but I realized I kind of had to change up my whole painting technique, because the way I paint BattleTech stuff is a lot of dry brushing. Like, it looks good. The corners are pretty soft most of the time. Like, they're soft, but they're defined.
Right.
Everything's blocky and angles, so it works really well for that. Halo, it's all curves and, weird alien armor curves. There's not a lot of hard edges, and if there are, it's a hard edge, but it's big. So I dry brushed these guys, and I was like, this does not look great. So then I went back and I retaught myself how to wet blend, because I was like, these models need a whole different technique to look good and fun. So I did that, and they look good and fun. And I was like, oh, look at that. The blue has a nice transition from like light blue on top to dark blue on the edge of the corner. It's a giant round dome. I was like, this looks good. So
good. Well, yeah, I mean, it's also a different scale, right? I mean,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Light does funny things on armor for like a 28 millimeter model versus a 6 millimeter hulking war machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, nobody really cares the detailing when I paint up, what is it? Looks over the closest small thing. Purifier battle armor. Like, no, they're just white and then whiter on top, and that's it. So
perfect.
I thought you said pervert. I was like,
no, I said perfect. Yeah,
pervert. They're purifiers, not pervert fires. Anyways, I had fun doing that. So I'm finishing basing those today and probably tomorrow. So that'll be good.
Nice.
I also, because I traveled to an event by air, means I had to read Battletech. And I finished Tears of Blood and...
The Fire Mandrill book?
No, Blood Spirits. Blood Spirits, not Fire Mandrills.
Oh.
I know. Homeworld clan stuff. It all...
Who cares? Sorry,
That's
Jeff.
Racist. That was fun. I did not expect there to be art of a Mechwarrior crying in the lap of a proto-mech pilot. It's like, yeah. And I showed you, like, I was like, hey, this one picture was worth reading this entire thing because it's just takes you out of it so much. It's like,
that was an artwork.
Yeah. Proto-mech pilot throws Mechwarrior into proto-mech, turns the, imaging system all the way up to 11. He comes out not dying. Him, it's beautiful and terrible. And she's like, shh, it's okay now. I was like, what? This is hilarious. So yeah, that was my other hobby progress. So you know what? I haven't painted Battletech, but I did read Battletech. So I feel like that equals out for me.
Better than I'm doing.
Yeah,
it's better than I'm doing.
You can do one or the other. You can't do both.
Paint or read. I mean, for me, it comes out of the same hobby time pool, right? So,
yeah. And I technically did get some things from Iron Winds. The only cool things of note is I did get each of the societies mechs, so the Cephalopolis, the other one, and the other one. So,
the Septicemia.
Yeah, sure. Don't at me, society fans, all three of you. Moving on. Steve's like, Josh is speed running, pissing people off for his first return episode.
Look, it's going to be fine. You can deal with the emails that generate from this one. I'll leave that to you.
Got some good hobby progress. Upcoming events. First off, we've got Roanoke, Virginia. We've got the Biscuits and Gravy event series. And this was hilarious because it wasn't like one specific event. They're doing like an event per month. And I think July is their like tournament one. So that's the big cool one. But they are doing the 5,000 BV 3-unit format. And that is at Mishap Games in Roanoke, Virginia. So all my Mid-Atlantic boys, check them out. See if there's an event that you'll be nearby for and you want to stop in. So, yeah.
You want to talk about upsetting people?
Sure.
I think Biscuits and Gravy are gross.
See, we've discussed this. The people in your geographic location do not have access to the correct flour formulas that we do down here. So if you do biscuits up there, they're not the same as biscuits down here. And that's why we go to
biscuits down there, and they're also gross.
No. To be fair, we had fast food biscuits.
Okay, that is fair.
We had like $1.99 biscuits before a tournament.
They were so chalky.
Yeah. That's the $1.99. Like,
next time I'm down, someone find me a real biscuit.
I know where the real biscuit place is.
Okay, well then we should go next time because otherwise Biscuits and Gravy are gross. I changed my mind.
I will. I intend to next time you're down here in North Carolina.
Good.
I will. All right, that's the first event. Next event, we got Carolina Clash 2. That's 375 PV. That's right. We're talking Alpha Strike. And that's in South Carolina. Jihad era. Faction locked. Ran by Hoovy.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm gonna think about that.
Didn't he just run an event?
I know. That's why I'm like, and I missed it and people had fun. Now I'm like, maybe.
But this is Alpha Strike. I think the last one Hoovy ran was Classic.
Mm-hmm.
But Hoovy, got to pace yourself, man. Don't run multiple events in a year. You're going to burn yourself out.
Yeah, that's July 18th. So we got some time to prep. And then this last one, I'm going to let you cover this one, Steve, because, well, it's from your state. So it's your problem.
So there's the Kalamazoo Spring Invasion 2026. This is at the VGL site in Portage, Michigan, which is not too far away from Ann Arbor. They're going to have the Battletech simulator pods with a full cockpit-style Battletech experience. They're going to run them all day. They're going to have tabletop play. It's free to go to. Donations to maintain those pods are, encouraged, but not required. And then if you haven't done those pods before, you should. They're super cool. They run, it's some kind of, I don't remember whether it's 4. They may have updated them for 5, but you can get in a pod and you pick your mech and you stomp around, and it feels like you're in a cockpit of a mech. They're super cool. I've done them before, but this one is happening Saturday, May 16th, which is the same day as Motor City Mayhem. So I'm going to pull a bunch of people to my end of the state and not go play in the electric pods. So I'm sorry. But if you're not coming to Motor City and you want to get in a big pod, you can certainly check this out because they are super duper cool. You can find more about the event on Facebook, which I trust you will put that in the show notes for people.
Yeah, I'll think about that. No promises.
Okay.
We got some fan mail, Steve.
I'm shocked.
We have a list to review.
We haven't had one of these in a hot minute.
No, that's because too many big major episodes keep getting in the way of them. And we're like, oh no, we got to do one. This one's for your event, Steve. This is for Motor City. If we don't do that, then Michael Bryant might kill us.
Nah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But no, this is what? Ross Hog Dominion, 300 points for Motor City Mayhem.
Yeah. Michael writes, hey guys, I was tempted to take an upskilled Star of Mechs to the Southern Assault Alpha Strike tournament, but chickened out. So I'm going to use the lower 300 PV Motor City Mayhem to indulge my fantasy. Please take a look at my MCM 2026 list and beat it up. It's already submitted. I'm locked in. I don't care who knows my list. The Bears of Rossahog Dominion fear no one and will smash all comers. Michael Bryant. All right, Michael Bryant. Yeah, yes, I do love saying his name.
The full name? It's great.
The full name. We've got all skill 3. We got a Kodiak. We got a Grizzly 2. We got a Stormcrow E, a Rifleman 2C8, and a Gladiator / Executioner H. What do we see when we look at this, Steve? Besides that, it's just 5 mechs at 300 PV.
So, because it's my event, I'm not going to say a ton about some of my concerns, just because I don't want to give anything away about the missions. Because
you're just doing like general concerns.
General concerns. Anytime I see a unit count this low, every single loss hurts twice as bad, right? Any single casualty you suffer means one less body on the field. You're not winning the body count. But I will say every single one of these is built like a brick outhouse. I mean, these things are tough. More than half the list is skill 2. I'm sorry, not skill 2, TMM 2. Right, we're looking at the Ryokan's moving 12 inches, the Rifleman 2C is moving 10, the Gladiator can run 10, has jump weak for 8 to get over some of those hills, which is always nice. Point efficacy, the Gladiator H is a 5.50, which is good, because again, you are playing on a 4x4 mat, so all of a sudden you start to look for, how many points are you spending in long range. The Kodiak has 1 long range, the Grizzly has 4, the Ryokan has 2, Rifleman has 2. So there's some long range. I don't want to call it waste. It's probably a calculated risk.
Yeah, always is.
It is there. There's some points tied up in it. I do like that the Ryokan has probe, because occasionally, sometimes TOs will make probe or recon have certain effects within the mission, because in Alpha Strike, you pay points for them. And certain TOs believe that it's a good idea to have 1 or 2 of those available in order to do a thing in a mission. So, hedging his bets there. A lot of raw damage in this list at medium range. I mean, we're looking at, 11, 21, 27 damage at medium range?
Yeah.
300 points? It's not bad.
And you're hitting medium range on 5s plus TMM because skill 3. So,
oh yeah, he's going to eat stuff for lunch.
Yeah.
The question is going to be, can your opponents focus down certain units?
And that's what I'm thinking. It's like that Stormcrow, it moves far up enough that my brick houses of my inner sphere just sling enough damage to it might not die turn 1. But at least it's going to have 4 or 5 damage on it end of turn 1.
Yeah.
So I think that's the thing is, are the tables dense enough, and can you play perfectly enough that, hey, I have to spend my mechs more efficiently and ration out each pip of armor, and I don't think you can. I think we've seen this a lot where there is a skill 3.5 is like the best one. It's like some 3, some 4. All's 3, not needed. Like the Kodiak doesn't need to be 3.
I mean, if it wants to eat something in one turn, it absolutely will.
Yeah.
I mean, that 7 damage is going to eat something with an overheat 4. He'll kill anything. He'll kill anything he pleases, and that'll be the end of it. My major concern is if there are any missions that have more than one like objective, right? If this is a classic example is a 3-point hold. If there's 3-point hold,
gets one, Gladiator gets another one, and the other 3 have to share the rock.
I mean, maybe, right? But I mean, if you don't have enough bodies to spread out across the map, because let's say he's going up against an Intersphere group that's going to have 10 units, right?
Yeah,
10 to 12 units. Each one of these guys is going to have to take out 2 to 3 units on their own to be competitive. You know what I mean?
That's almost the thing is I think with this list, it doesn't have enough long range firepower to kill something turn 1. Like if you do the math, like, okay, half of its long range shots are hitting on the perfect day. It's like, that's 1, 2,
9 damage
4,
total long. Yeah.
5. Like that's how much damage you're doing at long range. Turn 1. If they've got fast movers and they're medium, yeah, sure, you might kill that, but you don't move fast enough to get to any LRM carriers that are sitting still at skill 2. So it's this weird, like, you are very optimized. You're going to live fast and die fast. It's going to be real fun while it happens, but there's no stupid tank that's like, okay, the Kodiak's armor and speed, but not paying for the damage to like get up there and start like, okay, hey, I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna melee you. Something stupid to tank while your damage dealers tank. You've got no screen. You've got nothing to run around. Here's the worst part. If you lose initiative and someone has a dasher age, you're taking possibly 7 damage in the rear that turn.
Yep.
So you don't have enough to cover. You have no fat, and that's the thing. So I hope it goes well, Michael.
There's a lot of armor there. There's a lot of armor to chew through, but I just don't know if there's enough. I mean, we'll see. But I think if you were to leave this entire list at skill 4 and take another unit, you know what I mean? Less flavorful, absolutely, but that 6th body might make a world of difference.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see him painted up. I'm excited to see him at the event.
I think it'll do well. I just think that if you get the right opponent list, I think that's where it's going to struggle. Like against the average list, this will do great. It's the extreme, like Intersphere spam or weird clan proto battle armor and dashers, like all the little stuff. Like
anything that's only 1 or 2 pips that Eagle 1 won't be able to take out.
Yeah,
he's going to have trouble because he's got to dedicate fire to it, and he's got so few guys. He can't just, I can just have this battle armor shoot 2 damage and maybe it'll pick it off. You know what I mean? Like he's got to dedicate 4 or 5 shots at one target unless he wants to start splitting fire.
Yeah.
So
I hope you get some good terrain tables. But thanks for sending your list in, Michael. I can't wait to hear how Motor City Mayhem goes this year. All right. Steve, guess what? We're done with the coolant flush. You want to take a quick break before we get into Brawl in the Bluegrass?
Take a quick pause. Let's do it up.
All right, we are back. Back to talk about Brawl in the Bluegrass 2026. Woo! Louisville, Kentucky's #1 activity. Wait, I'm getting a newsflash. It's in Lexington, Kentucky. Sources say. So if you get the inside joke, it's hilarious. If not, don't worry about it.
It's fine. Someone will be very angry.
Yeah. All right. Steve, thank you for letting me fly to Detroit, crash on your couch, drive through all of Ohio, down to Kentucky.
I thought this was going to be like a ton of fun.
I thought it would be so much fun.
So the problem is Josh flies to my house. We get him. I had to work that day. So
it's like there was no we got him.
Well, I got him. The royal we. I got him. And Josh is at a bar. And Josh has been at this bar for like an hour and a half because I had to like wrap up some stuff before I left for the long weekend at work. So I go get him, and he's like, everything's great. I go, awesome. So we bring him back to his house, or bring him back to my house. My two small children. My two small children are lovely, but they are hyper energetic, and it was an awful lot to deal with. We got them to bed. I had to pack the car. Josh is like, great, we'll get a good night. It'll be fine. Can you grab me a pillow? And I go, yeah, sure, no problem. I'm going to load the car. Well, then I load the car, and I completely forget about this pillow. So Josh is in my basement sleeping on my couch without a pillow. And my toddler wakes up in the middle of the night because he's scared and comes to our bedroom. But of course, that means he walks over the floor right up over where Josh is sleeping. And for those of you that don't know, Josh is a lighter sleeper. So Josh is awake in my basement at 3 a.m, doesn't have a pillow, and can't fall back asleep.
Yeah, that was the rough part. Like, I've woken up at 3, but not the can't fall back asleep at 3.
So, of course, I wake up and Josh is showered and ready to go. I'm like, oh, great. Yeah, let me just grab a couple things and we'll get on the road here. He goes, okay, no problem. I'm like, great. Now we got this 5-hour ride down to Ironwood Metals and Kentucky, and we'll hang out and talk the whole time. It'll be a ton of fun. And Josh is like, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. I need to sleep. I'm like, all right, set your chair back and I guess crash. He sleeps through the entirety of Ohio. I wake this guy up over like 5 minutes from Ironwood Metals. So I just drive myself, I guess.
Yeah, it was not as we hoped, not as we planned.
Mistakes were made, and it's okay.
Very much made.
Next time, I'll make sure you have a pillow.
Yeah, no, it really was like, I can't get back to sleep. And I don't know if it's because I've just, flown, been at 3 different bars today, just trying to hang out, waiting for Steve to get off work. Got my hair cut. Looked great. It was like, I'm going to fly up to Detroit. Yeah, I looked fresh. I was like, dang, I got to fly to Detroit to get haircuts now? Is that the in Esta economy? No. But yeah, so I just put my headphones in and listened to the entire Hamilton soundtrack on the ride from Detroit down to Ironwinds. And, I still didn't get enough sleep as much as I wanted. But next time, we're just flying right there. Right, Steve?
I'm still going to drive. I mean, it's a 5-hour drive. I got to do that. Yeah. But yeah, next time, I will try. Like, look, if you're at my house again, I'll try to do a better job of making sure that it's...
Listeners, if you ever have the opportunity and Steve offers just let you crash at his place, don't do it. The hotel is cheaper.
I have 2 small children. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, so Ironwinds Metals, how was it there? Because we got there when everyone else was getting ready to leave.
I know. Well, again, right, like, we left relatively early in the morning, but it's still a long drive. So everyone who had stayed in Lexington the night before had an hour drive, and they could get up there at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We rolled in about 11:30, 12. And I got to meet Phil Lee for about like 30 seconds because he was there.
That was awesome.
And
Phil Lee, pretty much in charge of all shrapnel. Like, he's the shrapnel guy. So if you enjoy shrapnel, you enjoy Phil Lee. So.
I do. It was great. And I was going to talk to him about all sorts of stuff because I didn't know whether he was coming back to Lexington or not.
He was not.
But he wasn't there. I'm like, I'll catch up with Phil later. And, so if, I don't know, if Phil's not too far from Detroit, I don't think. So if he ended up in Detroit at some point, that would be pretty cool. But no, I wanted to talk to Phil about some other stuff and didn't get there. But that was cool to meet him. And then we went through the factory and basically threw our wallets at them and grabbed a bunch of metal.
I was good. I kept it real tight this year. You, not so much. Someone before us, very much not so. I think they bought every single base, like hex base they had. And I'm not going to lie, it's a real dick move. You gotta let, if you're getting every single hex space at the factory, you gotta let a few people go ahead of you.
I was a little bummed because I'm like, I have in reality, I bought quite a bit of stuff. But so I really,
but a lot of it's prizes for
for Motor City.
And for another guy that's local to you. So it's not like
Yeah.
like a third of it was yours, if I remember right.
Correct.
If that.
I got a couple of crows. I want another carrion crow. I got another war crow because they're cool. I got some stuff for my canopins, like an Anubis. I got talked into getting a Marshall. I built that Marshall the other day. It's a wonky looking model.
Yeah.
It is not very attractive. I got a little bit of battle armor for my Caretans. So I got some Void. I got some Kage. Got some Raiden battle armor. So that's kind of cool. I just got like little things that I was looking for. I did not get an Ion Sparrow. And that was one that I was hoping to get. Was one
They
of those
never have
Ion
it.
Sparrows.
They never have
Well,
it.
I went back to the parts bin, right? Because I was like, okay, they don't have any in blister. That's fine. I will go and I will build some,
Mhm.
right? And it was missing like the left leg, right? It had all the parts except for the left leg. And I'm like, well, that doesn't do me any good. So I left them there. I did get a Black Knight.
Oh, good job. Which
I got
one? There's
The one
multiple
with the
ones.
sword.
Oh,
The one with the sword.
there's multiple ones.
Yeah, I know. I got the one with the sword. I have one of those already.
We
but
all have swords, Steve.
No, it's the Black Knight with the sword. I got it for the
Clan Buster. I know.
No, yeah, it's a Clan Buster, but I got him for the Castle Crasher mercenary group because I'm building a second lance now.
Oh.
It's like the swordsman,
Mhm.
the Black Knight.
Yep.
They're all the guys with the swords. Like the Crusader, I think, is in there. It's something. Yeah, guys wielding swords was my second lance.
Quick announcement from the news: the swordsman does not have a sword, Steve.
No, I know, but the name, all the names. Anyway, the other highlight, Red did hook me up with quite a bit of stuff for Motor City, so thank you to Ironwinds for all of their contributions. I did get a Cattle Master. I saw it in the box. I'm like, I want it.
Everyone needs an industrial mech as their mascot.
It's got a little pokey stick. It's like, just look. He looks like he's a menace to society at large. I was very excited.
Sounds right.
What did you get, Josh, from Ironwind Metals?
Oh, like I said, I got Anubis, Ostion, Mantoffel. I apparently got a Mantoffel and forgot about it. Good news, me.
Tank?
Yeah, I was like, I have the Ajax for my Fed Sons.
Right.
The Lyran Omni tank is the Mantoffel, and I was like, you're right. I do need each one's Omni tank, and that one's got. It doesn't have 3 Rack 5s. Instead, it does heavy costs or UAV 20.
Woof. Josh, you want to know a secret?
What?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Oh, and then I got the society stuff, and then I got my one special thing for the next thing that we'll talk about. But you go now. You go, Steve.
Do you want to know what I did?
What?
I was very hopeful because after a weekend of all this, I made a second stop at Iron Metals on my way home. I was hoping that
they don't have blind boxes, Steve. They don't have blind boxes. What are you doing?
I had hoped. So here's the thing. They had a bunch of Ion Sparrows, and then they all sold out while everyone descended upon them like a swarm of locusts. So I thought maybe if they were working over the weekend, they may have done some casting, and maybe the more popular newer mechs would be recast. So I simply stopped in to say, hey, did you guys do any recasting or not? And I thought maybe I would snag one. I didn't, but I did come home with the rest of the protos that I was missing.
Again, I'm like, please don't spend money on Gorgons or Rocks or Minotaurs.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. I got like the what's the weird bat like one with the wings?
They're all weird bat ones with the wings.
Yeah, it's like the dragon. I forget what it's called now. It doesn't matter. But I ended up with another like half dozen protos. So that was fun.
Welcome to the club.
Look, I want them.
I know. Once you get one, it's like that's an addiction. Oh, they only cost a couple bucks.
They did. It was cheap. It was so cheap. It was way cheaper to get them in person than it is to have them blistered up and sent to you because you just put them in a baggie. And the thing is, what I wanted to do is like, I want to run protos in points of 5, right? Like have 5 of them on the field, but you don't always want to run 5 of the same. Sometimes you want like a Gorgon or a Rock or maybe a Siren or a Satyr, and like, I could like do 2 Satyrs and maybe a Gorgon. Like you can kind of swap and mix and match. So you got to have them all. But if you do want to run all 5, you got to have 5 of each one, because that way you can mix and match any combination for when you decide to use protos. I had to. It was required.
So when we left Ironwinds,
I bought you lunch.
You bought me lunch. To be fair, it was cash only, and we had just left Ohio's the state line. Like, we couldn't eat in Ohio. Got to leave Ohio. So
it's true.
So we crossed the river and we were like, cool, now we can eat food. After Steve takes us back into Ohio, he can't drive and he can't give you pillows. He literally did the loop to go back into Ohio, and we had to spend 10 minutes getting back on the bridge to go back to leaving Ohio.
The GPS said stay in the right or the left-hand lane. I stayed in the left-hand lane. Little did I know the left-hand lane did a loop that took you back on the bridge. It wanted you to stay in the second most right-hand lane.
A left lane, not the leftist lane.
Whatever. Look, it was fun. And we called my wife, and she called me an idiot on the phone, and you vehemently agreed with her, which was rude.
Yeah.
and then we went and got
cranky.
lunch. I bought you lunch. Then we made it to the hotel.
We finally made it. And by this time that we had made it to Lexington, Kentucky, we had the Blood Name tournament going on and the losers tables. And the loser tables were having fun. And that was the Royal Medal Rumble, where you got to assemble something you bought at Ironwinds and then play with it. And if you didn't have the pieces, those parts of the mech didn't work. So,
yeah.
Yeah, you were on the full table, and I made a new table. So, how did your table go, and what did you assemble and bring?
So I selected my Black Knight because there was a minimum you had to have at least 3 pieces to assemble for it to be legal. The Cattle Master was 1. And then I think because it was a Cattle Master, that rule got overruled because the Cattle Master should have been, goofy like fish bait, just getting eaten alive. So you had to roll your random spawn. There was one guy in my corner. His name was Chris, and he had a Ryokan or a Stormcrow. It's the one with the UAC 20. And I had my Black Knight. I think I ran the Black Knight 6B. I think I ran the Royal variant.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and I like that one a lot. So I get into it. I spawn. He's the only one next to me. And it's a knockdown, drag out brawl of a fight. I got extremely lucky, and on turn 2 of fighting, I dumped everything into his arm, and I got 1 crit on the arm, and I broke the UAC 20. So even with that gone, I was missing an arm, a leg. I ended up having to kill him with my torso guns, and it was really just a one-on-one fight. So I ended up giving him a green chip for it because it was just a one-on-one fight, and then I tipped over and died. So it was a good fight. We had fun. We had fun with it. But how did your table go?
Mine went well because we started out. I think it was like 3 of us, like locked down at the same time. I decided to assemble my Zeus X because I wanted to try out my Zeus X, and I didn't really want to assemble like weird other society stuff. And I think the
build
Anubis,
a Tonbo at the table.
Yeah, no, we've been there, we've done that. That's not fun. The Anubis probably would have been real easy. Same with the Marshall, but I wanted a little challenge.
Sure.
Yeah. So I was the third person like able to assemble. The deployments were like it was 2 whole battle mats, right? Like
real big.
It was too big. Yeah. So we each spawned in 1 quarter. Like it's a random roll to see where you spawned. We each got a random quarter. I was like, okay, cool. So first person to assemble legs is going to move, and it will take 3 turns to get to the next person that assembles legs. So it took like 6 turns before all of us were standing. By then, a few other people had gotten knocked out at the Blood Name tournament and joined. And that's when I realized I was at the trying a little harder than a Cattle Master table. And my Zeus X was the lowest BV thing there. We had a Sphinx 3 with all the ER medium lasers.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we had not a Turkina, but like the other thingy. This was like the original metal. I think it's essentially think Turkina or that level.
Like Starslayer?
No, what's the other clan weird? I want to say it's just a Kraken. Yeah, I think that's it. It's just the old Kraken.
Got it.
Yeah. but like the damaging one, the one that hurts you. So I see those on the table and I'm like, oh, my assault mech, this is too strong. And then I'm like, no, you're the rookie on the table. I was like, oh no. So I see one person starting to assemble a skinwalker, and I was like, I'm no longer enjoying this table. And I'm like, hey, Tentacle. That was my opponent's name. It's like, hey, do you wanna link up and ally against the giant Kraken over there? And he's like, yeah, sure. I won't shoot you in the back. And then I proceed to like shoot him in the back, and everyone then is like, well, I'm gonna kill Josh because he's dishonorable. And it's like, cool. And it took me 2 turns to die, Steve. They knocked out my pilot, and then I look at my sheet and it's like, this Zeus X has a command console. Your commander wakes up and throws the unconscious guy out, gets in the mech, stands back up, then he dies. And I was like, sweet. So then I went to hang out with all the cool people in the auxiliary room.
That auxiliary room was so nice. So the way that the hotel had set us up in this event is we had rented the big back room, right, where all the tables were, and 90% of the tournament took place there, right? There was one room like adjacent to the lobby that you could fit like 3 or 4 more tables in, but they were set up for classics. So it's like this nice quiet room away from everybody else. After I died in my Royal Rumble, I went and played Michael Bryant for Green Chip in a Mercenaries type game. And that's where we hung out in that room. And that was super nice. Just pleasant, cool, not warm with like 80 people. And it was good. It was real good.
Really, really good. Yeah, no, it was nice hanging out in that room. A lot quieter, a lot more intimate. It was fun and enjoyable. And that's when I showed everyone all the pictures from Tears of Blood because they were hilarious.
They're pretty funny.
They were pretty funny. So yeah. So
that was the Friday.
That was like the whole Friday. Yeah.
And we kind of hung out after, and then
I went to bed early. I was like, night, y'all. There's a classic tournament tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Well, the rest of us hung out and got into the couple of beers, and we had a good time. We were hanging out by the fire pit for a while. That was a lot of fun. And then Jeff's like, we got a tournament tour, right? And we're like, oh. Then we all went to bed. It was late.
There you go. Steve, what did you bring for Brawl in the Bluegrass 2026 Classic Tournament, and why?
I brought crows.
To be expected.
So I brought just crows because I thought it would be funny, and I was excited, and I had wanted to use more of my snow ravens because I painted them up all nice and neat, and I got to use them at Southern Assault, but I didn't feel like I got to use them enough in Classic. So I decided that I was going to bring them again. And because I could do it and it was funny, they are all crows. So I brought the Carrion Crow Prime, which is the ERPPC and the capacitor, and a couple of improved heavy lasers. I brought the Dark Crow 2, which has the 2 LBXs and the large laser. I brought the Ryokan or the Storm Crow Prime with its laser boat. And then I brought the War Crow A, which is just an absolute monster of a unit. And because this event was put on by the MRC, they have restrictions on pulse damage, on jump limits, on all sorts of stuff. I was pleased because not only was my bird list very birdy, but it was also, it contained no jump, it contained no pulse. The only thing that was funny about it was it had 2 Feral Lamb armor mechs, but that's only because those mechs only come with Feral Lamb armor. So I tried to make it just kind of a goofy, silly little thing to come and play with and have fun. So what did you bring, Josh?
I brought Lyrans because I've never I've taken Lyrans before to 2 tournaments and they always do okay, but they never do great. And I'm like, well, I want to do something stupid with them. So I took the Thunderhawk 7Z, which has not 1, not 2, but 3 Thunderbolt 20s because I got peer pressured by a Magnum Danger on the Mechbay podcast Discord to take it.
I don't think he was serious. Maybe he was.
No, he had sent me multiple, you should take this, you should take this, you should take this. And they all had Thunderbolts. And I was like, fine, I'll take the Thunderhawk with Thunderbolts because I technically needed an excuse to paint my Thunderhawk up.
I think you just wanted to indirect fire Gauss rifles at people.
I did not think about that until day of. but we'll get there when we get there.
Okay.
Next, I took the Uziel 8S, and that is 100% because guess what? I already had it painted from all the other times, and my Lyrans do not have a lot of jump, and that's the only thing that I have really that jumps. So, yeah, I do not like that it is the Uziel 8S. I need everyone to know. I just need something that jumps, and I really like the Uziel.
It's efficient mech. It's covered in, I mean, that one mech alone probably maxed out your pulse cap, I would think.
Yeah, it's
and most of your jump cap too, I would imagine.
Nope, I have no other pulse and no other jumping, so that's it. Next, the Heavy Gauss Hollander 2 BZKF7. Everyone hates it. Everyone loves it. It's the Gambler. Steve's like, it's just a Hollander. It's just a Heavy Gauss. There's nothing else there. Yeah.
No armor. It's barely an engine.
Yeah. The Goddard Damerung 20C. That was the special one.
Let's get the torso-mounted cockpit, yeah?
That is a torso-mounted cockpit, Pharaoh Lamb, and Clan spec. So it's got a Clan ERPPC, Clan LRM-15 in the head, and then 5 Clan ER mediums in the torso. So it's not nothing.
No. Absolutely not.
And then I got some battle armor. I got Fenrir 2s with SRM4s, and I got Rottweilers with Fire Drakes. Yeah, so the SRM4 Fenrir 2s, that's like 17 armor and 1 structure on a battle armor. And each dude has an SRM4 with like 6 rounds of ammo. So it's an SRM16.
That's a lot of SRMs.
The Rottweilers, they are essentially a 1 damage machine gun. Each dude has 4 of them. So it's also like an LB16.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep. Looking at your list and then looking at my list, I would much rather go up against my list, I think.
Yeah, I can tell that my list got some, I don't want to say flack, some hate, but I also was like, last year Steve was a little sad that I think some people thought he took a very sweaty list, and I was like, I'll show these people a very sweaty list.
You think that was sweaty? Take a look at this.
Yeah, and then you look at my skills, and my like headcanon is like, well, they're Lyran social generals. So Thunderhawk, 3 gunnery, piloting 5. Uziel, gunnery 3, piloting 5. Hollander, gunnery 3, piloting 4, because I got to roll to see if I fall down when I shoot and move. And the Goddard Damerung is a 3 and a 4 because I'm a torso-mounted cockpit because I'm +1. And the battle armors are both 3/5. So they were all essentially 3/5s for all intents and purposes.
Look, it's much more fun to go to the shooting range than it is to practice running your mech around. So that's why they're all better gunners than they are pilots.
Exactly. And this is one of those lists that will change drastically, like how it plays. Like each of these mechs has an equipment that is changing in the core rules. Like,
yeah,
we didn't know it until then, but we knew from the playtest that, like, hey,
things are going to shift.
Yeah, things are going to shift. And this is one of those, it's not super fun when things go bad on this list. So,
yeah. Well, speaking of things going bad, my dice luck in these games that you're about to hear was atrocious. It went so poorly.
How poorly did it go, Steve?
Okay. This is specific to game 3, but someone who is very numbers oriented was shocked and appalled at how poorly I rolled. So we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. Do we want to get into the first mission?
Yeah, let's just rock into it.
Very good. So our first mission at Brawl in the Bluegrass 2026 was called Half a League Onward. Effectively a variation of Hold the Line. We each started on the short edges of our map, and the goal was get across the middle of the map, and for every turn that you spend on the opponent's side of the map, you get points. When your commander crosses the middle of the map, you get a heavy strike BSP, and if you are on your own side of the map, you take penalties to shooting, and if there is a through armor crit or a regular crit, if you're on your own side of the map, you get a +2. So all of a sudden you're getting critical hits on rolls of 6s or better, right? Which is dangerous.
Dangerous.
This was a real serious incentive to scoot boots, and get across the map, right?
Yeah.
It took a little bit of kind of remembering where all these modifiers were, right? Just because how it was listed in the write-up, there's like a big block of text that you kind of got to parse through to find out like what happens when I'm on which side. I think a little tiny chart saying your side, their side might have made it a little bit more straightforward. At least a quick reference. But
guess what, Steve? Neither me nor my opponent remembered any of these rules after we both looked at each other, explained them to each other, looked at them again, explained them to each other again, and then rolled dice, and we forgot them completely. We didn't play this at all.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Oh, yeah. It's a great time.
Oh, good. And that's all that matters. So one thing we do want to talk about real quick before we get too deep into it is how scoring was done in this tournament, right? Jeff does things a little bit differently. So combat is up to 100 points. Objectives are up to 100 points. And then there are 30 points worth of secondary objectives, right? Now, primary objectives are capped, and it's a race, which means if you get 100 points, you prevent your opponent from earning any additional points in the mission, right? I'm sorry, for primary objectives. You can still earn secondaries and you can still earn combat score. But that really does pressure you to do the main objective and do it quickly, right? Because otherwise you're going to lose out on points, right? And in this one, you got points for crossing the center line, killing guys, and, you know, every turn you were on the opposite side, non-crippled, you got more points. So do you want to go first with your first mission, or do you want me to talk about mine?
You go first, because I want to hear about these dice going bad.
Sure. So my dice lured me into a false sense of security. I played Dino, and Dino brought some Federated Sons. He brought a Victor, an Orion, a Cougar. He brought a Jägermech, and a Thunderbolt, right? He started off, rather than going on a play-by-play, I'm going to kind of give you a general sense of the mission.
Paint the picture.
We played on large lakes. So there are two massive lakes on our map and a small like land bridge in the middle. So both of us were kind of stuck. It was either we're going to deploy and smash into each other on these partial like little bits and bobs of dirt, or we're each going to NASCAR around our respective lakes and fight in the middle. And that's what ended up happening. All my crows being relatively fleet of foot were able to run, 6'9", 5'8", that type of movement. So I got my commander across on turn 2, and I decided that his Cougar was the lightest thing on his list. It needed to die.
Yeah, that's normally how it goes. Yeah.
So I kind of hammered it with the heavy strike. All my dudes took up, positions on the outside of the lake, but on his side of the map. And we just deleted that poor Cougar in a turn. It was pretty brutal. His Jägermech had hung out in the back to provide supporting fire. But ultimately that ended up hurting him because it was on the wrong side of the map, took a penalty to firing, and took through armor crits like nobody's business, right? The only other tactical error that Dino had made was one turn I hung my Warcrow in a bad position. And he decided that he was going to stand his Victor still, but he decided to stand the Victor still before I'd finished moving all my other units.
Oh, no.
So all of a sudden, the Ryokan jumped up on a hill to get sight. The, Dark Crow moved over so he could start throwing LBXs. And all of my guys just lit into this poor Victor. And because he was standing still, he took a ton of damage. I ripped his leg off. He fell down. Being his commander, there were extra points involved in all of that. We did a lot of damage. And ultimately, we ended up killing enough and staying all of my guys on my side of the map that I won that mission. Overall, it was I don't want to say it was a blowout. It was 115 to 80. So it was close, but it was still a win. And Dino was a super swell guy. He gave me Iron Metal Fire Moth as a gift, right? Because when we started off, he's like, here, this is for you. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. So Dino was a super nice guy. Had a lot of fun playing him. We were in the auxiliary room. So our first game, waking up in the morning after a night of relatively heavy drinking. It was like, oh, I'm in the quiet room. This is very nice to start our day. So yeah, it was nice. Overall, the mission was fun, and I kind of liked that you earned a BSP by doing the objectives. Right?
Yeah,
a little bit of here's a tool for your toolbox type of thing.
But you got to work for it. You got to earn it.
You don't get it for free. How did your mission one go?
So I challenged Hoovy, the TO of the Carolina Classic, and this year Carolina Classic 2, because we've interacted a lot but never had the opportunity to play each other. So back before lists were even made up, I was like, Hoovy, I challenge you. And he was like, I accept. Hoovy's he's taken Draconis Combine. He's got the new Akuma. He's got the new Dragon. He's got a Mercury. He's got an Ostrock. And he's got a Wolverine. He's got some fast boys.
Pretty slick, yeah.
Yeah, compared to my slow boys. He's got a lot of snub-nose PBCs and a lot of MRMs across his entire list. So
that's
looks
bad, Josh.
Yeah, it looks a little scary.
The closer you get, the worse that is. Yeah.
I was like, ooh, but we're playing on the MRC's own lava and ice map, which it's always a treat to look at, and I'm so glad to play on it. Like I've always wanted to, but not for across the line. No, because when
running on ice and lava, how's that working out?
Does not work out great. And we were playing with the lava rules, as lava and ice is ice. So we were both like shot ourselves in the ankle before the match started, and it's like, all right, let's have fun. My highlights of this: turn 1, a lot of moving. Turn 2, I proceeded to put the engine together. My Rottweiler spot his dragon, which it just came down a hill, TMM1, no cover, no trees, just there. And my Thunderhawk stood still. And I let rip 3 Thunderbolt 20s, top of turn 2. And I nail that Grand Dragon for 40 points in the CT.
Well, that's how you turn a dragon into a donut.
Yeah. It still has some structure left, but that second Thunderbolt took out his engine and gyro, and that was without even doing the like crits on if it's hitting something on its own side of the board. So if we had remembered that rule, it would have gone worse.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
and that's just hit location randomness. Sometimes you get lucky and it hits those same locations.
Yeah. So the 2 Thunderbolt 20s hit that. The dragon will die trying to stand up the next turn. Like that is, it never made it. It got, it's going to be 2 hits. Me hitting you again, and then you dying.
That's brutal, man.
Yeah, but like even
people
Jeff,
just stop listening.
Yeah, even Jeff the Tito was like, Josh, why you come to these things, man? You got to stop this tomfoolery. So yeah, the dragon died like that. And then the Hollander found a nice firing line and put a heavy Gauss directly into the Wolverine that had jumped into woods. And I was like, cool, you're exactly short range away. Let me short range some heavy Gauss rounds at you.
Ouch.
Yeah. Don't worry. Hoovy got me back. He was able to get the Mercury around, and he was not able to get any crits into like through the rear armor of the Thunderhawk, but he did hit the head like 3 times. And at the end of the game, my Thunderhawk pilot has passed out, and he is aim-shotting small lasers from his Mercury into the Thunderhawk to kill it. And I'm having to use my dummy Uzeal, which has been terrible this whole game, to kill a Mercury, Steve. My goddamn Rung and his Akuma are like doing some super cool shooting stuff at each other because we're both like tanky as heck. Neither of us are killing each other. So yeah, it was just like literally the out the gate dragon, and then all the other guys like small dying. He shut down his Wolverine, and I still couldn't kill it. Like that's how this game was. Hilariously fun. Yeah. Well, remember, I'm a whole bunch of big guns, and if I don't hit you, I don't hit you. But when I do hit you, bad stuff happens.
Yep.
So I hit that Hollander, literally center torso, took out 2 of his engines. He's up 10 heat. He's already fired. He's already jumped. And he's like, well, I guess I'm at 16 heat right now. And he's like, well, I stay alive, so I'm just going to overheat max. And that turn, I miss him. And it's like, all right, cool. Immobile. Oh, the Hollander's dead now. So hilarious game. 10 of 10. Would play Hoovy again. We end this one 115 to 120 on just the mission points, and I only eke it out by killing 64 points of his guys and me losing 46 points. So that's how close this game was.
Really tight. That's a good game, though.
It was super fun. Great turn one, game one start.
Fun.
The curse of the Thunderbolt 20s. Yeah, that was really the only like big Thunderbolts for the whole game. So game 2.
We can't keep playing this game mode. It is, I will say, so we played Karnov down.
This was my first time doing it in Classic.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Jeff took the Alpha Strike mission that we all know and love and converted it into Classic. And I have to say, Jeff did a phenomenal job in doing this. The feel was right. The general balance wasn't terrible. And yeah, I think it captured a lot of what we were hoping to get when you see this type of mission. You know, for those of you that don't know Karnov Down, there are 2 VTOLs equidistant apart in the middle of the map. Each VTOL has 2 VIPs outside of it that are capturable, and you pick them up and you run back to your board edge. Now in Alpha Strike, you have to leave the board, right? You sacrifice a unit carrying those objectives off the map. This one you could stop on your back deployment line, drop the unit, and have it count as being scored and captured. And then you could go back into the fray. So that was a nice change of pace. And then obviously at the end of the game, you determine whether or not you have the planetary governor. Josh, how did your game go for this?
No. I just went with my game. You got to go now.
Fine.
That's how it works. Yeah.
I played a guy whose name was Charles. Charles was a super nice guy. He brought a Lauhu, a Wasp, a Starslayer, a Scorpion, and a Blood Asp. He was playing the 3rd Canopian Light Horse.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. I'd never gone up against a Lauhu, and the Blood Asp was terrifying. So I was shaking in my boots as soon as he put that thing on the field. He's like, I'm going to put the Blood Asp going after this objective. And I'm like, you can have it, bud. That's all yours.
Yeah.
You know what I don't want to tangle with? A Scorpion and a Blood Asp at the same time, because Scorpions move weird and I don't like it. Quad mechs are dumb.
Make me feel funny. Bad way.
Yeah, 100%. They're not supposed to be able to just go and go over that. Ew. Anyway, this one went well for me. I've played the mission. I know how it plays. My Carrion Crow had a supercharger, so he could go get that, go grab those objectives, carry both of them. There were some hindrances if you were carrying 2 people, if you didn't have hand actuators or you moved a certain speed. But because the Carrion Crow was fast enough, it didn't suffer these negative impacts for carrying 2 objectives. Grabbed both VIPs. There was a little bit of a shootout over my objective, and then he whipped off the map next turn. I rolled the dice on the supercharger twice in a row to get up and out in the same go around, right? So I locked down a lot of points early by securing 2 objectives. And then there was a fight over the VTOL. And Charles I had moved my Ryokan up to the VTOL to try to get shots on his Starslayer. I kind of feel bad because I did Charles a little dirty.
How'd you do him dirty, Steve?
I may have left my rear of the Ryokan dangling out there. Just shoot me. It's right here. I'm by the VTOL near the edge of the map. Come shoot my rear, Charles.
Oh, no.
And Charles puts a literally pristine Lauhu right behind my Stormcrow. And my itty-bitty Carrion Crow just came over, gave him a very nice little love tap, and went off the edge of the map with a charge attack. And I destroyed a Lauhu in I literally did it's a light
6.8 seconds.
Yeah, well, yeah, I just went pop, just shoulder checked him, and the Carrion Crow took a little bit of damage, but it's Pharaoh Lamb, so who cares?
Yeah.
And then he fell off of I felt, I'm gonna be honest, I felt really good doing it.
Yeah, you did.
I'm like, I get to push someone off the side of the map. This is amazing. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, my war crow's getting torn to shreds by that blood asp because, you know, in anything you have to go for both objectives because heaven forbid you just commit to one. So my poor war crow was getting eaten alive by the blood asp and the scorpion. And at the end of the day, I don't have written down exactly what the point breakout was with the Lauhu getting, or Luhau? Lauhu. Okay. I think I wrote it down wrong. I keep mispronouncing it. My apologies to all of you who play.
Luau is where they bring meats and things, and you know.
I like those. Yeah. The Lauhu, not so much. It got bopped. But no, I mean, between when that went off the map, the wasp got evaporated. That was easy. You know, with the Lauhu going off the side of the map, now it really started to swing in my favor.
I bet.
Right? Because I just had a bunch of guys. The scorpion was wounded and retreated with an objective. I do believe I killed the blood asp by the end of it. I think I did because there was a time when it fell over and I was kicking it because it was by a river. It was pretty brutal. But Charles was a great guy. Had a lot of fun playing him. And then when we rolled, because there was one VTOL that was not contested, I was holding one VTOL. I had two governors. He had one governor off the map. I was in possession of another VIP, but wasn't off the map. We rolled to see who got the governor, and it was, of course, in the one VTOL that no one had hands on.
Oh.
So no one got those 10 points. But overall, fun game. Really enjoyable.
Nice. Guess
How
what,
about
Steve?
Yours. What?
I played none other than my arch nemesis, Jason Hansa.
Oh, I already know how this goes.
Yeah. Wait, how do you know how this goes?
Well, A, I talked to Jason, but B, you played Jason before. And if I recall, it went similarly.
The problem is I have plot armor. Not a lot, just enough to give me a named character thing. And like, you know, I'm not a named Jedi, but I have a Wikipedia page, essentially. Like,
okay,
when the clones get in my ship, they can breathe easier. They're like, we're not going to just die in an explosion for cinematic purposes. Great. Yeah. Jason beat my pirate list at the last Carolina tournament we were at together.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got a real big boy list.
Yep.
And Jason's got a big boy list.
Uh-huh.
Jason's got some ravens. Jason's got his personal favorite, the Royal Battlemaster, the brand new Shiro, the Roku Rokubi, a Blood Asp, and a Mistlynx. That's some hardened armor thick boys. An assault with ERPBCs and pulse lasers, a Blood Asp, and Mistlynx.
That's a very Jason list.
Yeah, it's a very Jason list. Yeah.
How did it go?
So, turn one, did a lot of moving. We were playing on the lunar map, so I didn't have any good, like, I couldn't really split my forces to move well because there's too many hills. And my side was the more hilly one. So I just had to go all down a valley and then make the decision on like turn 3 if I'm going for one or the other with main big force.
Right.
And that was the worst part because he was just way faster with his Mistlynx and his Shiro, or not Shiro, the Rokubi. Like those are fast mechs. They're faster than mine. And you know what? I just have to use Zeal for speed. This whole game can come down to one soundbite, Steve.
Where are hands? Hands, please.
Yeah. I'm using the bear where he needs hands because guess what? Picking up the VIP, if you don't have hands, you slow down. So my, 588 Uziel goes to a 577, and doing the math, I lose a whole turn. Uziel was worthless this whole game.
That's awful.
Yeah. Even Jason, when he went on the Coolant Pod and talked about this game, he was like, "Oh, I fought Josh. He had a Thunderhawk, he had a Goddardam Rung, he had a Hollander, and he had some battle armor. I don't remember what else he had." And the TO was like, he had a Uziel 8S, and it never did anything because it had to spend the whole game getting it back. And I was like, yeah.
And right? Like the Uzila S is like generally hated.
Yeah,
right? As a very like irritating mech to deal with. If Jason forgot that you had this thing and it's that big of an irritant to most other players, it must have really done nothing.
This whole event, it was not offensive. I took it because I need something fast and something that jumps, because nothing else on my list does that. And here I am. If I had a nickel for every time I got screwed game 2 for having a mech that wasn't fast enough, that didn't have hands, I'd have 2 nickels, Steve. But this game was great. Loved playing Jason. Turn 2, I pull the same old Lyran special maneuver. Thunderhawk stands still at Gunnery 3. Rottweilers spot something, because Rottweilers move 5, so they're already like 10 hexes up. Right. So, and battle armor moving doesn't count for spotting. So I sling 3 Thunderbolt 20s on 8 ups and nail his Battle Master for 40 damage in the CT.
Why? What is it with you just hitting CTs with Thunderbolts?
Making donuts over here. The Lyran Berliner Company. That's what I'm calling them.
I guess so.
Yeah. His Battle Master takes a gyro and an engine. Turn 2, right out the gate.
Brutal.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Turn 2 donut holes, man. This is getting ridiculous.
And it was almost the same thing. Like Battle Master crests the hill, hits TMM1, and I was like, target side of TMM1, send it. Just yeah. I did not expect to hit all 3, but the 2 in the same location, like that Battle Master has like not 40 armor.
Right.
Yeah. So he goes down. He will take a few turns to kill it. That was the worst part. Like his Battle Master, he does stand it up and like fight it for 2 more turns before I can put it down. But by then, the Bloodbath is moved because it's still faster than my guys and is in the middle. And it's playing goalie, and he's got re-engineered lasers. And guess what my goddamn run with Pharaoh Lamb doesn't like? Re-engineered lasers. Also, a heavy Gauss rifle, but he doesn't need to care about falling down. My Hollander falls down.
Helpful.
Yeah,
thank you.
No, this was where it was like every dice roll, like there was a moment where, okay, I'm moving the Thunderhawk here. I'm spotting with this. I need to hit the rear armor of your mech on the VIP on 6s. And I fail all 3. And I was like, I needed one of these, not all 2, not 3, just 1. And it's like, nope. So there were 3 turns that I got no Thunderbolt 20 hits. And I'm just like trying to move my guys in the most efficient ways possible, where even the bad thing is happening, but I'm just like, how can I mitigate this bad scenario into a less bad? I was doing okay. Like I'd moved my Goddard Damarung up to grab the second VIP from that objective, and he crits the leg of the Goddard Damarung. And nothing is worse than a torso-mounted cockpit mech with a leg crit in current Battletech era 2026. Because
you ain't going anywhere.
No, it's a +1 to all PSRs. I've now got a leg hit, and now I've taken 20 damage because he's hitting with re-engineereds and anything else. So it's like, great. I need like 3 7-ups.
Nope.
Yeah, so he literally just, the rest of the game, the Bloodbath just stands there and just is literally aim firing until he's immobilized. My Goddard Damarung and kills it.
Bummer.
Yeah. It was very polite. It was a gentleman's game at that point. Like he's like I literally looked at him and I was like, all right, your Mistlinks has gotten a VIP, ran it back, dropped it off, ran it back. He's going for another one. I was like, Jason, I'm going to look at you and I'm like, I need one of these Thunderbolt 20s to hit. If 2 hit, we're doing good. If 3 hit, we're doing great. And all 3 hit that turn. I was like, can we space these out? Can we space out the cruise missiles? So
no.
The Mistlinks gets deleted. And so, but by then he's gotten his Shiro in and all that. It was a brutal game where it's like, the whole game comes down to 2 rounds of firing. I kill the Battle Master and I kill the Mistlinks. The Uzil got 1 of VIP off the board, and I was able to secure 1 other VTOL, and that was it. So I got 2. When we came down to the roll, I did get the VIP. So we end this one not bad after primary scores and secondary scores added on. I finished this one 90 to 110 because I had done a lot more big secondaries. Like the Goddard Damrung picking up the VIP got me 10 secondary points.
Yeah, that's huge.
That was really what came down. He did beat me out on combat because guess what? The Goddard Damrung is worth a lot more than his Battlemaster. So
100%. Well, cool.
Yeah. So
sounds like it was a fun game.
I still had fun. It was just like me and him both knew it's like if you had landed like one Thunderbolt 20 a turn, it would have been a very different game.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait for the minimum range damage to be gone because there were, I think, 3 turns that he had things within minimum range, like 5 hexes. And I was like, okay, it's just +1 to hit. And then I had to remind him, no, it's +1 to hit because minimum range and also half damage for a Thunderbolt 20.
Whoa.
And then you have hardened armor. So it's really halved again.
Quarter damage.
Quarter. So my Thunderbolt 20 becomes a Thunderbolt 5. It's not even worth shooting you in the rear on that, Jason. Sorry.
No.
So it was just like playing too good of a player on that one. So yeah. Game 2. It's over though. Game 2 I struggle at on Classic. That's okay. Game 3.
Yeah. So
Dave, set it up.
Game 3, he names this one, they call him Baba Yaga. It's a variation of Cut Off the Head. We were all supposed to report our commanders, and I got the pleasure of playing Brad Nichols and his Sea Foxes.
You're gonna die.
Look, I got to play Brad in Game 3 last year at Brawl in the Bluegrass for Classic. I hope that next year I get to play him in Game 3 for Classic as well, because Brad is a phenomenal player. He plays a mathematically perfect game of Alpha Strike. This man makes no mistakes. It is incredibly intimidating, but he will murder you in the nicest way possible. And I learn something every time I play him.
Can I trade the Jasons for the Brads? Like,
no.
Next year we swap? Oh,
Nope.
no.
Nope.
Brad's my opponent.
Brad's my opponent is mine. No, but Brad brought his Sea Foxes and, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we go over the mission first?
There you go.
So this was Cut Off the Head, and the goal was simply identify your opponent's commander, kill that commander, and then kill the rest of the group, right? It's supposed to be kind of an easy, like, this is Game 3, we've been here for a couple hours, use a little bit less brain power and just kill each other, right? So that's fine. The twist on this was you could scan to identify your opponent's commander, or if you were concerned about your guy getting identified, you could reveal your commander to get benefits, such as you automatically hit something that would be a viable shot. So if you needed 12s on your Thunderbolt 20, you could reveal your commander, and then that Thunderbolt 20 would roll a 12 if you needed it. You just got to, it's an auto hit. However, if it was 13 or more, you couldn't do that. It had to be an actual rollable number. But if you really, really needed something to hit, boom, you could do that, right? Additionally, you could instead reveal your commander to convert one successful weapon hit into a through armor critical. So you'd have to roll location, but say you hit with a machine gun, you could say, cool, that's now a through armor crit, right?
Those are real tempting. Like,
yeah, they were. You could expose your commander to automatically pass a single PSR, consciousness shutdown, or ammo explosion. Or you could force your opponent to reroll a single attack roll, hit location, or critical chance, and the reroll, whatever it is, better or worse, stands. So those are the benefits to have you revealing your commander. And then you got points based on, did you destroy your opponent? Did your commander get kills? Did you reveal your commander? Blah, 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 blah. Now, Brad and I have played before. I like him. I can't say he likes me. But I like to think that we're cordial with each other.
Yeah.
And we were just chatting about a list. He goes, oh, what did you bring? What did I bring? So I told him about my list, and I asked him about his. And he brought a Koshi 3 with a lot of heavy small lasers. This was his whole gimmick, was heavy lasers, terrible gunnery, but stuff that would kind of help even things out. So he had the Koshi 3 with gunnery 5, piloting 4, and they were all heavy small lasers. He had a Man of War or Gargoyle E, gunnery 5, piloting 4, ATMs, heavy mediums, micro lasers, right? A Blackhawk U, gunnery 5, piloting 4, whole bunch of heavy mediums, micro pulse lasers, machine guns, and a sword, right? He had a Kingfisher H, gunnery 5, piloting 4. heavy large laser. I mean, just everything had heavy laser. And the last one was a Star Adder at 5.4 with a bunch of heavy mediums. So the idea was, I'm sorry, he also had some Surat Grey Death Sahama unit. And the whole premise of his list was, I am probably not going to hit you, but when I do hit you, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Right. And this is where my dice just betrayed me in the worst way possible.
They do that, Steve. The more you love them, the more they betray you.
I mean, all throughout the day, my dice rolls haven't been great. I've been doing okay, and I've been making good moves, so things were going my way. But in this mission, when you're going up against Brad, who makes no mistakes, the dice, I mean, you needed the dice, and the dice weren't there. Turn 1, supercharger roll. Snake Eyes. Comes to crits. I'll just put a free crit on my engine for no reason. That's okay. I didn't need that part of the engine anyway. Turn 2, the commander's in some woods. I'm hanging out. Take 20 damage. Not the end of the world. Snake Eyes. Fall over on a pilot run. And all my guys are 4-4. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like I have got terrible piloting. I just rolled a Snake Eyes and fell over. Later in the game, my Stormcrow got behind his gargoyle, and I was ready just to eat him up, right? All these lasers, all these, I was shooting on sixes. I missed all my shots.
Yeah, it'd be like
all of them. In like 3 turns, that Ryokan shot 6 large lasers, and I hit one of them in 3 turns on like 6s and 7s. It was awful. And with my commander falling down turn 2, I just lost all momentum. I just couldn't get back in the swing of things. I killed a bunch of stuff, but the real funny thing is that we're talking about our list when we got started. And I asked him, who's your commander? He goes, here's the commander. I said, great, this is my commander. And then we looked at the mission. And we're like,
yeah.
Oops. So we're like, how do you want to do this? He's like, we'll just kind of pretend like we don't know. But if you need to reveal it, you can reveal it, even though we accidentally revealed it for free. Maybe we'll just say we reveal it for free because we're honorable clan warriors.
Aww.
And it was fine. I mean, it didn't matter that much. I got smoked. And I know I was talking to Jeff. I was like, man, like, where was I at the end of game 2? He's like, you were like, rank 3 or 4 or something like that. I was very near the top. I'd done very well. And this mission, I mean, Brad dismantled me as he should have. And my dice not helping meant that I didn't get that much in the way of kills. So I think that ended like 100-40.
Okay.
So like I got some points. It's not like I went out doing nothing, but no. I would have liked to have done a lot better. And most of those points were secondaries. So yeah, it was a rough game. But I mean, there's nothing you can do when the dice betray you. That's it.
My game too. It's just how it be. The dice give you the turn to 40 points in the CT. They also don't let you hit for 3 turns in a row. So
it's awful, man. But I will say, Brad, always a pleasure to play. If you get the opportunity, absolutely look into it. Brad also runs the Atlantic City Open, and I'm sure that if he runs his events the way he plays Battletech, it'll be a smooth, oiled machine that will be a riot to attend.
Yeah. All right. It's my game 3. I'm playing Connor Huffing, and he hangs out with the Goonhammer guys, Sean and Lynn. So he's normally hanging out with them, and I was happy to see him and happy to play him. And Connor's taking Fed Sons. He's got pretty much what I took last year. He's got the NAI. He has the New Avalon Institute of Science guys. He's got the NAIS Longbow, NAIS Enforcer, NAIS Thunderbolt. He's then got the Javelin pretty much, and the Dolowire with C3. And he's actually linked the C3 of the Dolowire, the Javelin, and the Longbow together. I was like, okay. Or not the Javelin, the Enforcer, I think. One of the two. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
Yeah. Me and Connor played a very tactical game. I felt like Connor was more like, I'm here to do it, but he was also pretty miserable because I think he made it very clear he did not like playing on long maps, and he felt punished for taking C3 because ECCM was not in effect, so he couldn't counter anyone's single ECM. And
that's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, but I was like, yeah, but it's also like in the packet.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to bring C3 and it is in the packet, you got to know that it's probably not going to function unless someone doesn't bring it. I had no ECM, so against me, it would have been great. You know, you just luck of the draw.
So he was pretty salty, like out the gate, and I think for game 3, it didn't help that he was playing me with the UZ8S with ECM. So, yeah. And the fact that I knew exactly how his list works because, well, it's how I play my Fed Sons in AIS list. Turn 1, do a lot of maneuvering. Steve, do you want to know what happens turn 2?
I swear to God, if you donut another one of these mechs.
I did not donut a single one of his mechs. No.
Okay. I'm expecting you to put 40 points in the CT of some other mech.
The Thunderhawk stands still, and by its own gunnery, no spotting, I put 60 points of Thunderbolts into his Thunderbolt.
Oh my God. CT?
The first roll is head.
Oh, well, I guess you don't need to roll any others, do you?
I didn't need to roll any others. Yeah. So right out turn 2, the commander has killed a mech, which is bonus points. And it's just the first hit. I was like, okay, that's all we asked for here. So that kind of set the tone for the rest of the game, and Connor was not having a fun time already. So
no, well, it's tough when your main gimmick on your list gets countered at the outset.
Well, that one's not C3 linked. Oh, yeah. I see.
But I mean, like, he's coming into the game. He's like, man, this isn't going to be fun. And then, like, well, looks like it's really not going to be fun.
Yeah.
And, it's tough to recover from that, right?
Yeah, and then he kind of complained about turret teching and other stuff, and I was like, I'm sorry, it's game 3, man. Like, it's just how it works.
I mean, and the problem is, if it's a murder mission,
it's just,
and you got line of sight, you can hang out in those woods. I mean, you got big slappers. That's how you play.
Yeah.
It's a tournament.
So by the end of it, even my Hollander's gotten shots on like his Dolowire and all that, and the Uziel's really just playing ECM bully. Like,
oh, sure. Yeah. Blocking all the.
Yeah. Like, I literally there's a picture, my Uziel in the middle next to all of his units, like within 1 hex of all his units. And it's like, okay, I'm team M4 in Heavy Woods. We all know how this works. And yeah.
Yep.
But my goddamn run kills his Dolowire, and that's his commander and his C3 commander. So,
the master.
Yeah. Sure. I had fun getting 115 to his 25 because I killed the Thunderbolt, the Dolowire, and I think the Enforcer.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep, that would do it.
And all he killed of mine was... Did he kill anything? Now we gotta check.
At 25 points, it looks like a couple of secondaries, so it might have got something. Or maybe he scanned your commander or something.
He killed the Hollander.
Right? Okay. Yeah, I was going to say he's going to get some points for that. But yeah, I mean, for this mission being done at this stage in the game, I can kind of appreciate.
I appreciate the lower brain power mission for game 3. Like, that was great.
At the same time,
yeah,
I kind of really love getting those really complicated missions at the end of the day. It's like, hey, I talk about the mystical game 4 at Southern Assault where you're like out of it and you're like, what am I trying to do? How do I do this? What's happening? I love that just exasperated, like your nerves are fried, but now you have to scramble to try to figure something out. So while practically this might be the better move of picking a non-complicated mission for game 3, it's fine. It was fun, but part of me misses that frantic chaos.
Yeah.
So, no. Overall, what did you think of the Classic Tournament?
Great as always. I love it. I will be back every year.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff does a phenomenal job. He runs a tight ship, and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, even though I don't normally. This was really, I think, my second Classic Tournament that I'd played in, right? Because it was my first, I guess, last year. Right. I don't play I play a lot of Classic. I play more Classic now than I do in Alpha Strike, but competitively, I've played significantly more Alpha Strike than Classic. So
Yeah.
this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Results.
Yeah. Well, first off, would you change anything in your list? Like post? Like
there aren't that many Crow mechs. Man.
Yeah.
No, I can't. Now, what I would do, honestly, is I might take different variants of Crows. I'd probably take some of the Crows that jump or some of the Crows that have pulse.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going for an incredibly
niche gimmick.
Well, no, not even, but also it was to tell myself a little bit that, I don't have to bring all the stuff that other people are going to see as sweaty, because I said, look, if I'm going to get flack from folks about what I brought last time, I'm going to bring none of that, and we'll just roll with it,
Yeah.
So,
and me on the other hand,
turn up the heat.
I would definitely not take the Uziel. I actually posted on the Discord in the list recommendations channel, and let the masses and the hive mind choose, and I can replace the Uziel with not a stiletto. Gosh, what is on the cover of Silent Assets?
Ion Sparrow?
No, the thing that's attacking it, or the thing that's being attacked.
The Spectre?
Spectre, yes. I'm taking a Spectre, which makes sense because it's a Lyran and it's a stealthy mech, and I'm like, cool, it fits the exact same bill.
Or you could take an Ion Sparrow.
Yeah, no. So it was nice. I like the Uziel, but hey, we're getting a plastic Uziel, which means hopefully a new variant, which hopefully means not the cancerous kind.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see some of these mechs get redone, because honestly, like the Wraith is another one, right? I'd love to see a variant of the Wraith that isn't just
hyper
irritating. Yeah. Because it's a cool model and I want to see it run. I'd like to run mine, but I don't want to be like, oh, you're bringing a Wraith. Like,
Yeah, and like I said, the Uziel 8S was my least used model. Did I use it for game 2 to grab my objective? Yes, but anything that moves 7 or 8 could have done it in the exact same amount of time. Like, it wasn't the perfect tool for the perfect job. And game 3, it had ECM. So do a lot of other mechs. It just was able to get that one turn.
No, I mean, it jumps forever and has a billion pulse. So, I mean, it's good. There's no denying it. But in your games, it doesn't seem to have made or break any of those.
Battle armor was more useful.
Yeah, well, because they're spotting for Thunderbolt 20s, of course.
Only 2 games. The third game, the Thunderhawk had line of sight.
Great. But that all said, how did you do?
I did good. The total results are, I got a total of 621 points, and that got me 10th place. Steve,
nice.
You got 625 points and got 9th place.
I did, which was surprising because I had one really bad game and I knew that I was near the top of the table come game 3. So I'm not surprised that I fell like 8 slots or 7 slots or whatever it was. But I'm still, that's still a good showing. We have to give kudos to Jeff. There were 60 people there?
Yeah. This is the largest classic one so far now.
Largest classic so far. But I'll tell you, Jeff, we're coming for you come November. You better enjoy these 6 months because we're coming for November. But yeah, so I was pretty pleased with 9th. But what I was most pleased about, truthfully, is when we came time to do podium stuff, I got the best hobbyist award for my Raven paint job. I was super thrilled. That is, I think, one of my first, I guess that is my first painting trophy that I've received, because last year I got the speed painting competition at Brawl in the Bluegrass.
And you got the long painting.
The long paint. Well, not fast and slow. But no, it was cool that now I have a little trophy, or I guess it's a plaque, but I have a little plaque with my name on it that says I painted a thing. So that was cool. I enjoyed that.
You painted the thing, Steve. Good job.
I did. All those stupid feathers paid off. So
yeah,
it was cool. So I think the classic went very well and was a ton of fun.
Nice. I was super happy. I will definitely be back because Jeff runs a wonderful tournament and I had a great time. And it's not because I was killing a mech every turn 2. Maybe not. You judge, listeners. Well, Steve, we finished it. That's the whole event. There's nothing else, right? Nothing. No.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
There's trivia. There's trivia night, which we did. I don't remember much of the trivia night because I was mixing cocktails in the back.
Yeah, and I was drinking cocktails in the back. And we were having fun, though. And I
had a riot.
Did not remember the majority of things.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. The hard day was over. Classic was hard.
Even Hansa struggled.
I felt bad for Jason. One of the questions was about his book, and Jeff prevented him from answering his own question for his team. And then his team got it wrong, and Jason was just dying inside. He's like, "No,
no one reads BattleTech fiction."
I got us that point.
I know.
I remember us getting that, but I'm like, I read that book. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, they were hard this year. They're always hard.
They're really hard.
Name every medium mech, or was it not even every medium? Every 50 tonner from
this one TRO.
Yeah, and I was like, the Raijin, the other ones.
It was
the rest of the
rest of the gang.
Oh, we got some day 2 Alpha Strike though to talk about.
We did. Yeah. It was fun. We did a lot. We did 3 missions again. Very similar scoring, right?
Yeah.
You get locked out on the main objectives and everything else. Blah blah blah. Secondaries. What did you bring, Josh?
That's a good question, Steve. That's a good question, Steve. Would you believe me if I said I took Fed Sons in AIS for Alpha Strike again?
Yeah, I would, actually. Yeah. I would believe that very much.
Is it because I'm lazy or because it's the old reliable? It can be both.
When you hear my list, I will tell you, I painted nothing for this tournament, Josh. I painted exactly 0 things.
Yeah. March crept up on us. I definitely feel like this was a, what do I got painted? What do I need to paint? And if I only painted 2 things for Classic, I wasn't going to paint much for Alpha Strike either.
Yeah. I mean, look, you have Southern Assault in November, and then you got the holidays that come up, and then you're just kind of in a slump because everything's dark.
Yeah.
At least up here, we don't see the sun for like 3 months. So, when March rolls around, you start to get back into it. But finding hobby time,
it's hard.
Yeah. So you brought a lot of similar things from last year, I take it?
Yeah. Different variants for some of it, though. Some of it. We've got a Templar 3, the Omni Mech with re-engineered lasers. That's skill 3. We got the Black Knight with a shield, TSM, and a sword. That's new. That's new for this year. We got a Centurion, different variant. It's the 11
Is this the same
OG.
Centurion that you keep bringing on Mercenaries games that keeps dying?
Technically, yes, different variant. It is the Omniturian. This one has probe, recon, melee, and shield. And then I've got the Valiant, which is energy, melee, shield. So I have what I call my King's Guard.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 3 mechs with shields. And I was real proud of that because I'm like, shields are bad. And guess what? Melee's even worse. And all 3 of these have all that. And the only one is the Black Knight is skill 3 and the Templar skill 3 because one of them's my quote unquote commander and the other one is that +1 to shoot with a shield is rough.
It is.
I don't think it's needed, but it's exists. So
well, considering the benefit shields gives you, I think it's probably a fair balancing act.
It's a fair balance. They could just make the points, but I don't know.
You could balance via points, or you just get a give and take, right? I mean,
yeah. So that's the first lance. Second lance, we got old reliable gunslinger C3. We got Ajax A, triple rack 5 C3.
Yep.
Hammerhand 6E C3.
Hammerhands.
Then we got Ye Old Battle Axe C3. There's my.
I feel like I've heard these mechs a lot, like a couple months ago when you were running them all the time.
They just work so good together. It's like, oh, what's the scout? Whichever one's closest to the enemy.
That's I love doing that when you don't have any one designated role for any of your mechs. Like, yeah, that was like my Southern Assault list a couple years ago. I brought all my my Merrics, right? They were all 10 to 12 inch movers, all doing 4/4 some damage, right? So it's like, which one should I kill? Like, I don't care. They're all replaceable.
Exactly. It's 100%. I do not care.
When the man in the front with the rifle dies, the man behind him picks up the rifle and moves forward. They're all replaceable.
Yeah. By the time you've killed the C3 Master, all of them are either dead or dying. It's fun. And then I've got a 3 little guys. I got some Hauberk Commandos. I've been wanting to take those for so long. So these were, the paint up and take them. They got mimetic armor.
Nice.
Yeah. Grenadier 2 battle armor, stealth, and heat. Not bad, but not great. And then I've got I have 1 Ripper infantry transport because I need something that can take the Hauberk Commandos because they don't have...
How many guys did you have?
8, 9, 10, 11. I had 11 guys. So I have 2 lances and then 2 battle armor and a transport.
So many guys.
It's Innersphere.
I know. I hate them. So many guys.
Yeah. But I had fun building it because it's all stuff I like already. But hey, I painted the Black Knight, I painted the Valiant, and then I painted the battle armor.
That's fair.
I painted 4 out of my 11 guys. So, what did you take, Steve?
Birds. I brought more birds. Look, I brought a lot of this is going to sound, again, I brought a lot of stuff like I did from Southern School. I know, like Kingfisher, Black Hawk, White Raven, War Crow, Storm Crow, Dark Crow, Shadow Hawk, Vapor Eagle, Carrion Crow, all the birds I could muster.
Yeah.
The difference in this one is I changed a variant or 2 and I dropped the Stormbird battle armor that I used to take for Southern Assault. And instead I worked in the Storm Crow because I was bringing it already for Classic. It had to make the list. So
just had to
fit in there. So it was pretty cool. I got to reuse my swamp base, which was nice. So they all looked real pleasant in their display case. And my birds, my bird boys,
my birds,
they did bad things to people.
They do that. Why do they do that, Steve? Why are you like this?
Because birds.
All right, Steve. Game 1. You ready? I'm ready.
Hey, that tickles. 5-point domination.
Yep, you got 1 in the middle, 2 on, each side, and yeah, it's 5 points. It's 5 points.
But wait,
yeah,
there's more. I love it. I want to start off by telling Jeff that I love this mission. This is right up my alley. For someone that loves exploding cargo boxes, this is great. Of these 5 radio towers, starting turn 2, you roll. And the 2 in the back on either side by each player's near their deployment zone, they have electrical arcing problems. And if you roll a 1 through 3, the ones on the left will shock everything in a 2-inch radius. And if you roll a 4, 5, and 6, all the ones on the right start shocking in a 2-inch radius. And of course, to score, you have to be within 2 inches of these objectives. I love this. This is great. This is what I want to see. I want to see things getting exploded by things that are not like being shot by other mechs.
Yeah. You want me? You want you?
I went first in Classic.
Okay.
Why don't you go first here?
I'm fighting Sean, and Sean is bringing, I want to say, some Raven Alliance, and he's got what I would say is the stereotypical Alpha Strike trying harder list. He's got an L-Arm Carrier at skill 2. He's got Stormbird Battle Armor at skill 3. Gnomes at skill 4. 2 Dasher H's at 1 skill 4 and 1 skill 3. He's got an Owl Scout. He's got a Charger. He's got a crossbow, a Kingfisher E. He's got the Bloodass Prime. He's got the Novacat D. And he's got a Phantom H. And I was like,
woof.
I look at him, I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, I will admit, it's not that I lost my cool, but I definitely saw this and I was like, I'm not at Southern Assault. What are you doing with this? And he was like, well, I'm just taking the good things. And I was like, exactly. Where's the fat? Where's the fun? Where's the flavor? And he's like, why would I take that? And apparently he's at that like newer to Alpha Strike. So all he knows is the good stuff. He doesn't know the bad stuff. He doesn't know, like, okay, he hasn't ran Dasher H's for 3 years and seen Dasher H's that much. So he's just like, Dasher H is the good Dasher. So I take the good Dasher. Until it takes being exposed to it. It takes being, there's a little bit of peer pressure that kind of comes into this. So you can kind of push people away from taking super, super hardcore stuff. But again, right? Everyone's meta is different. Every
group locally has a different play style, and maybe that's all his group takes.
Yeah.
And he goes, if I don't take this, I'm gonna get the floor mop with me, and I don't want to go to a location, pay money, and then get absolutely mopped.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell sometimes.
No. So this one went well. I threw out my shield mechs early on to the middle, so we capture the middle objective. I got to watch as like 3 of his clan mechs rolled, and like, okay, I do 2 damage to you. And I was like, actually, you only do 1 damage to me because I got a shield. He was like, what? I just roll, and like the Valiant took his entire team firing on it to kill it. And I was like, that's just the Valiant, man. You haven't even saved any for the other guys. He sprints his dashers turn 1 and gets behind cover. And I was like, that's what they do. And turn 2, they're behind my guys shooting in my rear. And I was like, this is so much fun. I love it. And the issue is that he didn't have to come into the damage range. Like, I'm in the electrical pole capture zones with my mechs.
You're getting points.
Yeah, right. I'm getting the points. He doesn't have to get into the possibly 2 damage area to shoot you in the butt, to do 7 damage in the rear. And I was like,
yep,
there's no way I can be in here without being shot. And I was like, great, that's fun, so much fun. And
I mean, the only option I think would have been putting your butt up against the tower, and the tower blocks line of sight to the rear.
Yeah, that was the only thing. Right. Yeah, that's probably the correct answer. I think my guys were a little bit too fat. I'll put it that way. Like
I can still see you.
My gunslinger is a little too big. He's not getting his full line of sight blocked from that. So
fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and he was trying to like, I actually see. And I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I am DFAing my hammer hands into his blood ass to do crits on it.
Oh my god!
I am Black Knight meleeing his dasher to kill it, and I'm having to get a little unorthodox to do things. So, but by the end of it, we don't kill all of his stuff, but we kill more than we thought we were going to. Like I win the game 50-25, which is low scoring, but the fact that I didn't let him get any real objectives, like I threw my VTOL into his rear objective when he was like, oh, I was going to leave this one. And I was like, no, you're not.
Nope.
Oh, I've killed all your, because he didn't have any medium weight guys. And I was like, cool, your heavy guys are in the middle. There's no one in the back for my little medium, my Centurions and stuff are running through. So I was like, you've made the classic blunder. You took only good stuff.
You have nothing expendable.
Exactly. And that's 100% what it was. He was like, everything I throw at you is too mission critical. I was like, yeah, I got the battle axe does the exact same as 3 other mechs, man.
Yep. So kill it. Who cares?
So it was a good game. I definitely crashed out a little bit once I saw double dasher H's with, gnomes and stormbirds. I was like, ugh. And I know the intention was that the shock things kill those, but they don't. And I just have to take 7 damage in the back of the gunslinger and accept it.
Yeah. Doesn't feel great.
It don't feel great. How was your game?
My game was against James Hawley, who played Seafox.
Mm-hmm.
He brought a Warhammer 2C, a Kingfisher, a Stormcrow, Ebon Jag, Jenner 2C, and he brought a Mad Cat Mark II, a Koshi or a Mistlynx, Peregrine Horned Owl, Puma Adder, and a Vixen Incubus. This guy had a binary of mechs.
Yeah.
I saw this. I'm like, how? How did you get full 10 mechs? This is not great. James had a little bit too much in the way of I don't want to say beef. I mean, he had some fast movers, but I almost want to say he was a little bit too timid because on turn, I think it was turn 1 or turn 2, I had all 3 objectives, my 2 back ones and 1 in the middle. And I just kind of held him for a couple of turns. And he had gone into his 2 backfields and we were kind of going back and forth on those. But then he tried to push me off the middle. But he did it like piecemeal. The way the terrain was laid up, I could kind of block lines of sight around the center objective.
Yeah.
So I could limit his shots on me and I could just eat certain units every turn. I ended up I ended up winning pretty handily in combat. I think the only thing I didn't kill in his list was the Warhammer 2C, and I killed every other unit on his list. I maxed out the 100 objective points just because I held them for so long. I think I got every single secondary objective.
Nice.
James is a nice dude. I had a nice conversation with him, played well, and it's funny because I was missing quite a lot of my shots. My dice were not particularly helpful, but when you're taking, 9 birds and you're sending every single shot you have at only 1 or 2 units a turn, they will die. Like if you can focus your fire on stuff, they will die. And he got cheeky with his Vixen and stuff and his Jenner running into my backfield. But like the Peregrine Owl, the Mistlynx, the Incubus, and the Jenner were all in my backfield for a significant period of time, but they just weren't doing enough to like really matter. And then the lightning turrets, mopped them up here and there. So it's not like he did anything wrong. It just wasn't quite effective against, the list that I had. So I ended up winning that one pretty handedly. And I love the mission, actually. This is exactly what I want. I want a little bit of randomness to do a little bit of damage here and there. I had an absolute riot with this game.
I'm glad. I mean, having fun is important. So
should we move into game 2?
Yeah, let's move into game 2.
Can you hear me now? Also known as Signal Trace.
But different.
Yeah. So the normal Signal Trace mission has 2 signals that you are chasing around the map. This one has a single objective that floats around the map. Every turn you roll, you do your, artillery scatter location. And the way that this one works is the loser of initiative rolls 2 dice and picks which one the direction it goes. And then you roll D6 plus 6 to see how far it goes in that direction. And that's kind of how it scatters around the map. You get points for scanning it with units. You get points for your commander scanning it. You get points for destroying units on the objective that are trying to scan. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. You can't shoot while you're about to scan. And yeah, we're going to get into this a little bit later, but I have some thoughts on this mission.
Yeah.
I also forgot. He gave everybody 1 sniper shot artillery every turn.
Oh, yeah, it was every turn.
Every turn. Did you forget about that,
I just
Josh?
missed it a lot. Like, if it doesn't hit, it doesn't matter.
No, the snipers are hitting, I think, on 8s or something like that. It's like it's not perfect, but yeah. So, how did your game go?
Good. I'm playing Tristan Detweiler, and Tristan has Ghost Bears.
Ghost Bears.
He's got Shadowhawk 2C5. He's got Locust 2C6. Cobalt Battle Armors, the VTOLs. He's got Phantom C. He's got Eponas. He's got an Epona B and an Epona B. So he's got 2 Epona Bs, not E's, thankfully. But we had a heat.
Oh,
there was a heat cap, thankfully. So
that's good.
He's got a Kodiak 5, a Loki Mark II F, Gnome Battle Armors, Grizzly 2. I was like, this is a binary of thick old clan Ghost Bear guys. Guess what, though, Steve?
What's that?
I'm a professional Ghost Bear hater.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's probably just because there's a lot of them that I feel like we've played a lot of Ghost Bears at Southern Assault. So I'm like, oh, you got a lot of thick boys and opponents.
Yeah.
Yeah. That worked out for him because that first objective was in the middle of the table and there was water on both of our sides and he just skimmed right over it and I had to just suck it up that turn. Yeah. I was able to immobilize one opponent through lucky shots and the other one I stunned, which is immobilized for that turn. So turn 2, there'll be less opponents, but for that turn there were. So this is when the only saving grace for his entire game left him. Because turn 2, I lost the initiative. And the way the game worked is whoever loses the initiative gets to essentially manipulate the signal trace. It's going, you roll, and you get to pick one of 2 directions. And I lost the next 6 turns of initiative, Steve.
Whoops.
That means So I rolled twice and picked the direction. And each roll was either directly back to me or back to me into a corner of mine. It never went forward, even if I wanted to give it. The dice were like, no, Josh, this is your signal. You're tracing it.
Yeah.
So didn't get it for turn 1. Turn 2, got it. Turn 2 and turn 3, I've got C3 guys. C3 gave you a bonus to scanning, if I remember right. Or technically Mech HQ.
Yeah, Mech HQ would allow you to scan and shoot as normal, so you didn't have to not shoot in order to scan the signal.
Yeah. And guess what? My Centurion's got probe, which means I don't have to even be within range to scan it. Probe recon.
Yep. Probe or Bloodhound lets you scan up to as much as 8 inches away.
Yeah. So I've got an entire C3 scanning group on the objective that is now holding the objective and firing on ghost bears.
That's how you win.
Yeah. So that turn I did a lot, and then the next turn I did the rest, essentially. Like it really, I think it went like to turn 4, but we just scanned a whole bunch and I whittled him away. Highlights of this one: I threw my Black Knight out, TSM'd, and I whacked a Locust 2 seed from everything to nothing in one smackaroo.
Neat. That's great.
My Valiant went behind his Grizzly and whacked it in its butt. I was like, hey, we're a melee army.
Yeah, right.
We're a melee army with a C3 scanning component. By the end of it, he's like, hey, I'm going to try to do my Shadowhawk 2C because it's the last thing I have left and scan the objective to get a secondary. And I was like, okay, I'll let you try to do that.
You can try.
Yeah. And that game, yeah. 100 to 50 just on primary, and then I got 25 out of 30 secondaries, and he got 25. So, yeah, the only thing. Oh my gosh, no. Okay, I lost the Templar, the Valiant, the Battle Axe, the Ripper, and the Hauberk. So really, I only lost 3 mechs out of that whole thing.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, and he was like, if all I needed to do was lose initiative once, I was like, I'm sorry, man, no one loses initiative more than me.
Yeah. I mean, it was a neat idea, and we can talk about what we thought about the mission in just a hot minute.
Yeah.
But I have some thoughts, and I know I've told Jeff about them. I don't think he's going to be surprised to hear this, but yeah. So it sounds like a pretty solid win for you.
Yeah. Felt a little bad. We both were like, hey, I was going to win this one anyways, probably just because of what I had, but it didn't need to always be in my side of the table.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. We had a similar situation occur on my map.
No, don't say it, Steve.
Yeah. So I played James Hemstock.
He's a recurring favorite of yours, right? You love playing James.
I run into James all the time. And, James is an extremely good player. He brought the 5th Cursus Lancers. He brought Federated Sons, right? And his list was a Devastator, an Ostrock, a Bushwhacker, a King Crab, the Fast King Crab.
Oh, no.
The Night Sky, the Charger, SA5, the Caesar 4R, and the Gunsmith. James is a very, very good player, right? This game got very deep into the millimeter tech. It was a very technical game. We're moving into woods. We're doing this, we're doing that. Unfortunately, our map, kind of awful. There was like a lake in the middle and then like no area cover. There were a couple of pillars and that was it. It was just this huge, wide open map. There was a pile of woods that he could hide in on his side of the map. And of course, we rolled off to find out who takes which side. He won that roll off. He picked the side that I would have picked because there was a giant puddle of woods there, right? And then I had to kind of either sit this little pile of woods in the back of my side or kind of snake around on the sides. It was kind of a mess. Turn 1, this is like the highlights. Turn 1, his Gunsmith charged the center objective to try to scan it on turn 1. Do you know what the Gunsmith has?
Reflective armor.
Do you know what does double damage to reflective armor?
Anything that's not a shooting attack, really.
Sniper artillery.
Oh,
Do you know we get 3 snipers every turn?
Oh my gosh, that thing was toast.
So turn 1, he's like, I got to try it. I'm like, I know you got to, but you know what I got to do? He goes, I know. And I dropped the artillery on the Gunsmith and evaporated it. It felt pretty good. This is where everything goes sideways. He has all of his dudes huddled in a pile of woods. He lost initiative.
Mhm.
We rolled 2 dice. He picked the 4. It went directly into the middle. Oh, then he rolled a 6 for distance. So it literally parked itself in the middle of every single unit. He has 7 guys remaining because I nuked his gunsmith. One of those is his commander. He's in woods, and I'm 20-some inches away. At best, even if I stood still, right? Some of my guys are out of position because I wasn't anticipating it going directly back into his units. His commander's back there. And he looks at me and goes, Steve, I don't want to do this. And I said, James. And it's funny because he looked at me and goes like, well, I'm not sure what to do. I go, what do you mean you're not sure what to do? You stand everybody still.
And you get the points.
And you scan with every single person. And you get 80 points in one turn because of a random die roll. He goes, Steve, and credit to James, right? He goes, look, Steve, I like playing you. You're a good player. I don't want to win like this.
Yeah.
I like playing you. I want to win in a knockdown, drag out fight where we use tactics and everything else. I don't want a random roll to literally lock you out of the game. And I go, well, technically it's not. It might come back. You're going to get 80 points. I might be able to get some points here and there, but like we both knew that
the game's over. Yeah.
The game is over on turn 2. That's it. You know, and I told him, I said, look, James, I'd be mad if you didn't do this because I knew you'd be, like holding my hand or putting on kid gloves, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I would feel bad, but I would do the exact same thing because this is a tournament. That's your job. Get the points.
This is what happened. This is just one of the things that can happen when there's not like a point cap per turn, or if you allow anything that for every action that this happens, you get the point. It's like, okay, cool. Well, I have more things than you, or it worked out. And like I said, I had C3. It's just like, it's a blind mission and a blind roll, and it just sucks, but that's how it is.
Yeah. I told James, like, look, this is a tournament. You gotta do what you gotta do. And he was kind. He said, look, I'm never going to put kid gloves on because it feels like an insult to my opponent that they can't handle the result. Right. And James did a very nice job, but he took 80 points. And of course, me shooting at all of these dudes are
thick,
sacks of bricks. I mean, these units have minimum. I mean, after the gunsmith was gone, they got deleted by the airstrike. I mean, the next weakest unit is the night sky with 7 health.
Yeah.
So 7 health at 24 inches. He jumped it for an extra TMM in woods. So it's TMM 2, 3 for the jump, 4 for woods. I'm at medium range. That's +6. All my guys are 4. I'm hitting on 10s. Even if everybody shoots it, it's not going to die. And that's 1 out of 7 that are sitting on the objective. So I mean, we knew it was over, right?
Yeah.
But I tried. We played the game out. I killed some stuff. I got some kills. I did try to get my guys over to go scan it on his side of the map, which ended up being a slaughter, but I did get some secondary objectives because I managed to scan it on the other side of the map. So that had me a little bit bummed because I do like James. He's a good player. I would have hoped for a better game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think the simple way to solve this mission is you kind of mentioned it, right? Have a point cap per turn. And I would argue, and I think I told Jeff this, I said, look, rather than allowing 7 units to report the same location of the signal, that doesn't help HQ, right?
Yeah.
Everybody says it's in Sector B2. Okay, great. We know it's in B2. Where's it going to go next? I would make the point value higher per turn, right? Maybe 20 points a scan, right?
Yeah.
If you expect people to scan
one guy actually can successfully do the scan. Anyone can attempt. So if you kill
you can have multiple guys try.
The 5th guy still reports in.
Right, 100%. You can allow multiple units to try to scan, but only 1 scan per turn counts for points. And that encourages people to chase it as it bounces around the map rather than just get a lucky roll, have it all in your corner, and then lock out, especially with a lockout feature for 100 points. If I could still go get other points, then maybe I could have played KG and maybe gotten some scans in. But once I was locked out, I was locked out. So I don't hate Signal Trace. It's a fun mission. I think I prefer the version that has 2 objectives floating around rather than 1, because now it forces people to go different directions. It's not everyone just converge on 1 point. And I would have capped that to be more points per scan, fewer scans per turn is how I would have done that mission. But
sounds right.
Either way, it put me in a bit of a funk because my dice luck has not improved. since earlier, and now I'm missing shots that I need to hit, and I'm not getting any sort of like benefit. My
missions aren't helping you either. Like
the
way they're
missions
working,
aren't helping me. Yeah, it's I'm like, okay, I'm starting to not have a very great time. You know, like, the people are fine, right? It's not that James did anything untoward me. It's not like he cheated or anything like that.
No.
It was just bad luck. But that doesn't feel great when you're like, all right, I'm coming in, I'm going hot. I had a really good first game. All right, wins out of my sails. And then we get to mission 3.
You got to stop having good games, game 1.
I guess so, man.
I tell you this. You're pulling the Icarus. You're getting burned on game 2. Me. Notice how I played Hoovy. I went too high. Then I got Hansed.
Hansed.
Yeah.
It's a verb.
Yeah. But yeah, game 3.
Smokey and the Bandit.
This one was fun. It was cute. It was local. It was fun. I like this.
Yeah, it's an escort mission. I talked to Jeff about this. He says he was inspired by our escort mission at Southern Assault to come up with this one. So
I felt like I could smell some similar DNA, and it's not just because it's inbred hillbillies.
Jesus. No, this is kind of fun. So it was themed in, you have rum runner barrels, right? You got trucks with bourbon in them. And I just said rum. That's not correct. It's bourbon. It's bourbon barrels. That makes sense because it's Kentucky.
How dare you, Steve?
Yeah. But yeah, basically you got 2 3D printed little hovercraft units. They were hovercrafts were printed by Matt from Cross Electric Designs. That's who did all those. So thank you, Matt, for the little hovercraft. They were pretty cool. They were they weren't even hover. They were wheeled, 12-inch wheeled vehicles that could do some damage at short, some damage, or 1 damage at medium. They had a total of, what is this? 4, 7, they had a total of 8 health. That's pretty good.
Yeah, they were tanky. And TMM.
Yeah, TMM2, 12-inch movers. And what you would effectively do is you try to get them across the map and off the other side. If you could, you'd net 40 points. And remember, this is lockout, so 40 points is substantial. There were a whole bunch of silly things you could do with your bootlegger bandit trucks in order to get points. You could like ram somebody. You could do a bunch of stuff, right? And if they died, you just got another one that would just spawn on your side of the map. So, you know, you could kill them, but you couldn't completely keep them down.
Yeah.
So, how did your game go?
My game was great. I played none other than Masonic Boom, the man, the myth, the legend. And it was great to meet Masonic Boom in person. We had a grand old time because he also brought some Fed Sun thick bricks. And nothing is more fun than thick brick versus thick brick. He's got a Nightstar, an Iron Cheetah, Thunderbolt in AAS, Gunsmith, Regency, Templar O, Devastator 10, and Javelin 12N. And I'm like, wait a second, are 5 of your 8 units assaults? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't ready, but I am now.
That's a lot of beef.
It was literally all beef. And I'm like, I feel underdressed for this occasion.
I'm going to need a bigger gun.
Yeah. This game was great, though. We did what is the correct move. We NASCAR'd our little rum. Now you got me saying it, Steve.
Yeah, rum runners. Yeah.
My bourbon outlaws. He's on one side. I'm on the other. And I'm shielding my guys with my shield units who are having to sprint because they don't move as fast as the little bourbon trucks. So I deploy like a really, really minor, like, I'm going to annoy you with, I don't know, Hallberks and the Ajax on a hill and the C3 Master, the Gunslinger. And he's like, okay, well, I'm take that out. And he takes out the Ajax real fast because, look, Ajax is good, but he ain't 5 assaults good. Yeah. This game came down pretty much to the wire because at that last turn was where we had to like, all right, now we got to play it hard.
Yep.
His Devastator is shielding his little bourbon distiller truck. I can kill that and I can maybe do just enough damage if like every single shot lines up. Like I'm literally pulling guys off my side to like, okay, if I do like 3 damage, will that work? No. I'm able to kill his Devastator, his guarding unit, so I get a secondary point. And then I get real stupid. I'm like, okay, there's a secondary for attempting a charge.
Yep.
With the little
truck.
With the truck. And then there is if I do damage if I do destroy an enemy with the truck. And I was like, hey, Mason, watch this. And I drift the truck around the back of his javelin, which has, I think, 3 health left at this point. I was like, I declare charge. We then go through all the thing. I roll. I hit the charge. And I charge this truck through his javelin, doing enough damage to kill it.
Yep.
So I'm like, hey, that's 2 secondaries right there.
You're going to like my story, too.
Yeah, I bet. And, so I got attempted a charge, destroyed an opponent unit with my bootlegger, and then destroy an opposing unit screening one of theirs. And that was really it. Like, we both got our trucks off at the same time. So
cool.
It was great. It was a great game, and we played it perfectly because it's like, hey, we're both going to get off at the same time. Like, it's just, we moved the same amount, and neither of us were willing to like commit all of our force to blocking the other guy. And that's just how it is. So great game, Mason. Love to do it again sometime. Steve, how was your game 3?
Maybe not as much fun.
Oh
no. So I played Jared. You played Jared, I believe, at last year
in Classic. I fought him, I think, game 3 of the Classic one. And
I think so.
I frustrated him a lot because I remember pulling out a whole bunch of like, I'm the defending unit, I'm blocking your line of, we're splitting hexes. Precisely. And I'm choosing to take the defensive no line of sight. And that really frustrated him. So
Yep. So I played Jared, and I'm like, look, I'm coming off like a real bad loss against James. I just want like a fun last game.
Mm-hmm.
I get up to the table, hills, valleys, all sorts of stuff. And, I guess, hey, let's exchange lists. And I take a look, and I realized looking at this list that I was not going to get the game that I was hoping for. He's got 2 Valiant J3s with melee and shields. He's got 2 Chameleon 7Vs. He's got 2 Ontos Heavy Tanks 3053 upgrades. He's got 2 Legionnaires with reflective armor. He's got 2 Phoenix Hawk 2Cs. He's got 2 Pike Support Vehicle Plasmas. And I'm like, okay, this is 200 points that is literally doubled. And
I've never hated doubles of anything more than I have now, and I already hated doubles. Like any duplicates. Duplicates in BattleTech is dumb. It's dumb. Out of 15,000 units to choose, you chose the same thing? Nah, man. Nah.
Took six units and then
doubled
took the same 6 again.
Control-C, Control-V.
They were all very efficient ones, right? The Ontos is a 772 with 10 health, 11 health. Right, the Pike Support Vehicle, again, 5 armor, 3 structure, 19 points, 222 heat.
Yeah,
the Phoenix Hawk 2C, 550, just brick house of a mech. The Legionnaire 330, reflective 14-inch runner. The Valiant, melee shield 14-inch runner. They're all TMM 2s or 3s except for the vehicles. And I'm like, I did not want to have to do this for my last game. Now, Jared, nice guy, right? Nice dude, decent to play with. We did a similar thing where we were going to NASCAR ourselves around the map. And it came to a knockdown, drag-out fight. He took his 14-inch movers and jumpers. The Chameleons and the Legionnaires were getting in my way, generally harrowing, my units as they made their trek across the map. I got to take my whiskey truck. I'm going to say whiskey because I'm sure that'll just upset all the Kentuckians because it's not whiskey, it's bourbon.
We're generating hate mail content.
That's it. They're just here to make people angry. But he had blocked the path with the Legionnaire of the truck. And I'm like, cool. All right. The truck is going to charge you.
That's a reflective armor Legionnaire, isn't it?
It sure is.
Oh, no.
So my little truck's like, and he just smashes into it. Does this successful charge, doubles the damage, kills the Legionnaire. There's a bunch of secondary points, and it felt great. From there, I mean, it's just a knockdown, drag out fight. I'm focusing the pikes because I can't afford to have everything hot, killing the Ontoses so they can't really do much damage. Both of his Phoenix Hawks are kind of guarding his other unit that's scooting around the other side of the map. So 90% of his firepower is off the table, right?
Yeah.
So that's great. But then it's like we get to the time when Jeff goes, all right, last turn, right? Or like no more turns. We got 10 minutes left, something like that, right? We look at the board state. He's got his guy pretty close to the edge. I got my guy pretty close to the edge. I go, look, do we just want to play? He's like, can we play one more turn? And I'm like, we can. I mean, you're thinking what? We just we each get our guys, move them off the edge, kind of wrap up a quick shooting turn, call it a day. Like, I go, that's fine, right? Like, I'm happy to do that. So we move our stuff. He moves his unit off. I say, fine. It's like, we're close enough. We really don't need to measure. And I go, all right, cool. Like, I'll move my whiskey truck off your edge. He goes, you can't. You better measure that. It looks kind of long. It's not 12 inches. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's not 12 inches. So I pull out the tape and I measure, and it's 12 and a half, 13. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I'll just sprint the truck. It's not a problem. He goes, buried in the middle of a paragraph in this thing, it says trucks can't sprint. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, when we kind of set this up, the intention was we were going to move our stuff off and call it. I mean, if this is how we're going to do that, then that's fine. But he said no more turns. We ought to just call it then, right? And there was a misunderstanding, and I felt bad because I was under the impression we were just going to like gentleman's this and move it forward and be done, right? And he's like, well, no, we gotta play it out. You said you were going to play the turn, so we should play the turn. And I'm kind of like, okay. And I'm not going to lie, I felt a little bit, had, as it were, right? I thought there was an understanding and an agreement here. And that's fine. If we're going to play, we're going to play. And we ultimately decided, we had to roll off, and we decided, yes, we're going to finish the turn. I said, fine. And he's like, okay, well, I'll get my guy off and we'll just call it there. And so I go, no. If we're going to play the turn, we're going to play the turn, and I'm going to murder every single thing that's left on this map because I'm not, you know what I mean? Like if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And I proceed to kill. Now, of all the days, right, my dice had been awful all day. I've been missing on, 6s, 7s. The game with Brad where things went really bad the day before. My dice had not cooperated well. I had a bad game with James. I was frankly pretty frustrated. And I did not handle myself as well as I should have. And I apologize for that. But I was a little bit frustrated. And in that last turn, I don't know what happened. The dice gods either felt bad or figured out that, oops, we gave him one too many ones. I hit every single shot that I took that last turn. It felt like divine providence. I hit every single shot. I was shooting 3 times on 10s, got all of them. Right? I couldn't miss. It was insane.
Making donuts.
I killed, I think, 4 units in that last turn. I just murdered stuff. And it was pretty brutal. And then when we finally sat down to tally up all the points, even being down 40 objective points because he got his truck off and I did not, I still killed enough stuff that I won the game.
Wow. That's a lot of stuff dead.
I killed a lot of stuff. I mean, I killed both Valiants. I killed both Chameleons. I killed both Ontos, both Pikes. I killed I killed 1 Legionnaire and 1 Phoenix Hawk. So the only thing left on the map was 1 Legionnaire and a Phoenix Hawk that was left. And I just killed everything. And I felt kind of bad because that is not the type of game that I'd wanted to end the tournament on. I didn't necessarily love the interaction. That I felt like I drove it. There was a misunderstanding. It could have been easily handled.
Yeah.
I felt badly. But at the same time, when you're in a tournament and you're trying to play well, right? You're trying to, it's a tournament. You would like to do well. You like to try to achieve success. Jared was in a similar mindset. We were both trying to play, trying to get points. And, I just wish that our communication had been a little bit clearer so we didn't have that misunderstanding because I don't have any hard feelings against Jared. I just felt not great that we had to have that discussion at the table. You know what I mean? Because it's like now if I try to pull back, I feel bad, like I'm cheating him, but
you can't nickel and dime end of game with 10 minutes left because that's because the thing
why
is, why are we here?
if we had done a real quick shooting phase, right, and we said, okay, great, we have 5 minutes left, let's start another turn, I would have gotten my truck off no problem. He didn't have the strength to kill it.
Yeah.
It was in a back corner. It was hidden behind everything. It would have gotten off in another turn, but now where are we going to cut the line of saying no more turns, right? We already kind of blew past that goalpost once. What's to, you know what I mean? Like, there's a whole bunch of what ifs and ands, and it didn't matter. I ended up killing enough that I won the mission anyway, but overall it felt bad to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but overall, 2-1 one day, 2-1 the other day. Had some better games than others, but overall the event was very fun.
That's good. I think I said this that day, but Blake gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors.
Yeah, well, because you and I had an interaction too, right? At the end of the game, I was a little hot under the collar, right? And I found a little corner, and I'm like, I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to cool down. And
that's when all your friends come over and be like, hey, Steve.
And I'm like,
you have fun? No. You have fun there, champ? You having a good time?
You ever see Inside Out? It was the Disney movie Inside Out where Lewis Black plays the emotion anger and his hair catches fire. That was basically me in that corner, man. I was not a happy camper. And, there were jabs in good fun, and I did not take them in good fun. And I feel very badly because I was out of sorts for a couple minutes. So, yeah.
Doing okay there, champ? He is now.
Answer
he is now.
No. Well, it's like, you go in with certain expectations. You have high hopes, and when those are dashed, maybe need to get a little bit better sleep so I can regulate those emotions a little better there.
I'm going to build you a C3 list because no one's ever had a bad time with the C3 list, except that one person. But
did you literally just say that you countered a C3 list and someone had a bad time?
Look, you take a C3 list that can't be countered where every C3 dude has its own ECM.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You take all rack fives. Everything's great. The world's already hurting you. You can't hurt anymore.
Now, when it comes to results, this I think is very curious. I managed to get 9th place, which is the same placement I had in the Classic tournament.
Steve's 9. Yeah. Which
is also strange because last year at Brawl in the Bluegrass, I came in 2nd place for Classic and 2nd place for Alpha Strike. So I can only take up one slot. If I got 2nd, I'll stay 2nd. If I got 9th, I'm staying 9th.
Steve is very consistent in his placement. No deviations.
It's good. It's good. Mm-hmm. And obviously, congratulations to you, sir, for getting 2nd best overall.
Yeah. This is when I note that I was 5 points down from 1st place, and guess who got no submission dates, no entry dates, no bonus points. So, folks, read your packets, get them bonus points, send in your money, and list early.
You do this every year. You're like, oh no, I could have been 1st. I'm like, what? Yeah, but you weren't.
But I wasn't. Would I have been 1st if I had sent in my list at the time? Probably not. Maybe. Perhaps. Nah.
But there are a bunch of other fun awards too. I don't have the whole list of where everybody ended up scoring, like the top slots.
Nah.
But I know if you listen to the Brawl in the Bluegrass episode, they shout out all the award winners, and I just don't have them at the tip of my fingers. So,
yeah, we're done with the Alpha Strike. So, how we feeling after that one?
Immediately thereafter, not great. Not gonna lie, I was pretty mad. But yeah, it was okay. I mean, look, it was fun. The game modes were neat. I don't think any of the games had any like horrible flaws other than Signal Trace, which we already talked about.
That one rewarded me and hurt you.
Yeah. And I mean,
the event is so much fun. Yeah.
No, my list. No, it was birds. Again, all birds. I mean, what can you do? Like,
when you were going for the gimmick, yeah.
When you have a gimmick, like, what are you going to do with it, right? It's all birds.
I did not need the Ripper and the Hauberk battle armor. Like, the infantry...
Swapped it for a light mech instead.
Yeah. I mean, last year I took the Fireball, and that's fun. I don't know what I do. I don't really know. Like, what more do you add? Looks at list. No, I don't think you need anything else. Maybe another mechanized battle armor that can ride your Omni-Mechs. No, that's too radical of a decision. Who would do that?
Yeah.
But hey, I'm another year of love killing Ghost Bears and love killing Dashers.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's good. I mean, look,
feels good.
I don't know. It's dashers are fine. They're there. They're manageable. They're a pain in the butt to see all the time, but they're manageable. So
now here's my big question. Did you like this variant of Bluegrass Alpha Strike or last year's variant of Alpha Strike Bluegrass? Because last year we played with formation rules and like the formation like restrictions. So you actually have to build a battle star or command lance, and you got the bonus, but that was how you had to build.
This is much more in line with Southern Assault. I prefer this significantly more. We had multiple attack rolls this time. We had, I don't like single attack roll. Formation bonuses, I think, are a little bit swingy. I don't think they're really balanced. And honestly, the elimination of alternate ammos was a huge improvement. This I enjoyed much, much better.
I'm kind of on the opposite. I liked last year's because it was different. And I think I saw more list diversity last year than I did this year because of it. Like I saw a lot of autocannons last year. I saw a lot of vehicle lances last year. I saw that kind of stuff. So
yeah, I mean, you're going to see different things the way the meta gets shifted, right?
Don't put some single attack roll in there. But the formations was fun. I don't know if you need to reward the bonus as well, but like, okay, you have to build. You have to build into a lance. Like you can't have weird like these are just mechs I'm taking. It's like no, you gotta build a indirect fire star.
If you were to say, hey, you have to build in formations, that's one thing. I wouldn't necessarily hate that. But to give the formation bonuses as well, and alternate ammos and a single attack roll, I think all that stuff together kind of gave me a weird like bleh.
That was playing with all of the flavors of the rainbow.
Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't bad last year.
No.
I mean,
we both did well last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And honestly, out of 60 people, I mean, 9th ain't the worst. But I mean, am I happy with the placement? Like, I would have liked to have done better, but sure. But,
you can always do worse.
That's for sure. And honestly, again, right? We talk about this every year in the December like wrap up episode. Like, oh, what are we going to do for next year? Like out of the gate, 2 more trophies for the Mechbay. We'll take it, right? Yeah. So
one of these days, my Lyrans will get a trophy.
One day,
yeah. Why does Blake hate you, Lyrans? I don't know, but
because they're Lyrans.
But there it is, Steve. Another brawl in the Bluegrass, Lexington, Kentucky, 2026 in the books.
If you have the option to go.
Highly recommend it.
Show. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's a
lot of fun. Says Steve, the man who's like, I had fun sometimes.
Well, look, if my dice were to cooperate a little better and different matchups, it was fine. None of the people I played were like horribly rude or mean. Right? It's not like that. It's
and
just
the best part is hanging out with everyone afterwards.
I agree.
They got a fire pit in front of the hotel. We all just stay out there until like 3 a.m. until they kick us out.
We met a bunch of cool folks, just different people.
They get the hoses on, they spray you down, but yeah, you get what you pay for. So
it's a good time.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks for listening. We will catch you next time on the Mechbay Podcast.